NBC4 News at 3.
Things definitely warmed up.
And NBC Nightly News at 3:30.
Bringing you the nation's top stories in the afternoon.
NBC4's new daytime lineup.
We have breaking news out of Kyiv. At least 8 people are dead after violent explosions rocked the Ukrainian capital and nearby areas during morning rush hour.
Outrage outside the home of LA City Council President Nuri Martinez. Protesters are now calling for her to step down after she was recorded making racist and disparaging remarks.
A cooling trend is upon us as temperatures reach closer to normal for this time of year. It's finally going to feel like fall. A full look at your first alert forecast just ahead.
Today in LA at 4 starts now.
Good morning. It is Monday, October 10th. I'm Agent Arambula, and this is a very special, huge day restaurant today in LA because we have a new addition to the family. Welcome,
It's
Lynette.
10:10. I have been waiting for 10:10 like you cannot believe.
We've been waiting for you, too.
Good morning to you all. I'm Lynette Romero. I am so happy to be here. I keep saying this, but my heart is so full. You know how you feel like your heart's going to burst?
Yes.
When you're so excited.
It's a good thing.
That's how I feel. I'm super happy to be here. And thanks to you guys for making me feel welcome. I can't even tell you how much. You guys have embraced me.
Yeah, well, we're so excited to have you here. How are you feeling? Because obviously you spent a lot of time here in town with another station.
I've been here for a minute.
Yeah.
24 years.
Yeah. So this has got to be new for you and exciting and fresh.
It is new, and it is exactly all those things. It's exciting. It's fresh. It's a little scary because there are a lot of eyeballs out there.
A lot of excited eyeballs that are happy to see you, including folks here at the station, folks at home. We're all excited.
I think they're kind of rubbing their eyes because you're like, ooh, it's 4 a.m., Romero. That is awfully early. So they're in their PJs, they're watching, and I'm so glad they're there because I can feel you. I can feel you guys.
How wonderful. Well, we're thankful for everybody watching us. And Lynette, we knew instantly whenever you joined us that you felt like family immediately. So we know what everyone out there feels, and we're so happy that you're a part of our team.
Yes.
So we got an exciting morning coming up. We're going to have these segments, getting to know you type of segments for our viewers who are not familiar with you. So,
questions.
And then we're going to have rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I'm like,
yes. You ready?
I'm ready. I am ready.
They're going to be hard-hitting, very probing, deep questions.
Yes. Nachos, French fries kind of thing.
Did you get to see these ahead of time?
I like French fries and nachos together. Do you mind?
I like her already, everyone. All righty. Well, stick around throughout the morning because it's going to be an exciting one. All right. Let's take a look at your forecast. I'm excited about that, too. It's finally going to feel like fall here in the coming days. So let's take a look at the difference from 24 hours ago where the numbers are feeling much cooler. In fact, we're about 3 degrees cooler over in Ontario. So this is a time of year when we can start incorporating maybe some flannel into our wardrobe. I mean, it's feeling like fall, like October. Temperatures right now are in the 60s and 50s, and we have our friends over in Big Bear waking up to temperatures at 36 degrees. So maybe dust off the Uggs. You could use them right now. Here's a look at the weather from Mount Wilson. Now, it's kind of hard to see, and that's the reason why we have this marine layer. It is covering all of the city lights, so it's going to be a gloomy gray start with areas of fog, especially close to the coast and for the basin. But here's your forecast, everyone. Very different than what we had last week. The numbers are cooler, still a little toasty in the high desert, and we'll have a chance for some afternoon storms in the valleys, the IE, the high desert, and the mountains where the temperatures are going to be at 63 degrees. Now, if you like the weather today, you like the cooler conditions, well, we have more of that cooler weather on the way, and I'll be back to time out these storms. But right now, it is 4:03. Is anybody out there on the roads, Robin?
Yes, and they're already causing trouble, Belinda. We have a crash to talk about. We're off to the 5 where it is at a crawl right now, rolling out of Boyle Heights, southbound 5, right at that 60 connector. It's an accident blocking the entire connector ramp. We also have CHP holding traffic, running a traffic break, so everybody's on hold. It's at a standstill right now. You may want to consider the 101 instead of the 5 because no one's getting through, but it's temporary. Hopefully they'll have this out of the way soon. It's just a traffic break. We're off to the 110. We're checking your drive here, southbound passing Manchester. It's looking good. Northbound wide open too. No issues for you into and out of South LA heading toward downtown downtown LA, you are good to go. So get on out there while the getting is good. The 91 is wide open. The 5 south through the OC is a good commute. And the 405, I like what I see, just under 20 minutes from Westminster to Irvine. We'll check back in on that crash coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. We have breaking news right now from Ukraine. At least 8 people are dead and dozens more are wounded after a wave of explosions rocked the capital of Kyiv and other cities.
It's the first time the area in and around Kyiv has been hit by these attacks in the past few months. The missile attacks were launched during the morning rush hour. They come a day after Russia blamed Ukraine for an explosion on a bridge connecting Crimea to Russia. Now, video from this morning shows a massive crater in the middle of one of the busiest intersections in Kyiv. Vehicles were destroyed. Buildings and residential areas were seriously damaged. Several explosions also happened near the National University and also a playground for children. Russian leaders have yet to comment on this morning's blast.
And developing this morning, a scandal is shaking up LA City Hall. 2 council members are caught on a recording making racist and offensive comments.
Now, they both apologize, but for some people, it's just not enough. There are numerous calls for them to resign. NBC4's Lynette is following this story, and she's in Sun Valley right now at the home of Council President Nuri Martinez. Lynette, good morning.
Hey there, good morning to you, Lynette, Adrian. Hello, everybody. Well, these leaked audio recordings were made back in October of 2021, and you can hear council members Kevin De Leon and Nuri Martinez saying racist remarks against fellow council member Mike Bonin and his young black son. Again, this was a private conversation that happened late last year in reference to an MLK parade in which Bonin and his son took part in. Take a listen.
It's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved.
Community members outraged by the council president's comments gathered outside her home last night, demanding more than just an apology. In the leaked audio recording, Martinez is also heard describing the toddler using the Spanish word for monkey. Protesters were out here again last night. They believe that the right thing and the only thing for her to do would be for her to step down.
We all saw her comments that she made, and we know that those comments, that racism and classism, the anti-indigenous comments and rhetoric, we know that that's reflected in the policy that she makes.
Martinez released this written apology saying, quote, "In a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry." The context of this conversation was concern over the redistricting process and concern about the potential negative impact it might have on communities of color. My work speaks for itself. I've worked hard to lead this city through its most difficult time. Now, Councilmember Bonin also reacted to Martinez's comments heard in that recording by saying, quote, "We are appalled, angry, and absolutely disgusted that Nuri Martinez attacked our son with horrific racist slurs and talked about her desire to physically harm him. The city council needs to remove her and as council president immediately, and she needs to resign from office. We are equally angry and disgusted by the ugly racist comments about our son," from Kevin De Leon. Now, the LA Times reported that during that conversation, Councilmember De Leon suggested that Bonin's son is his accessory, comparing it to Martinez's carrying of Louis Vuitton handbag. Again, the conversation reportedly took place last year during a closed-door meeting that included council members Gil Cedillo and LA County Labor President Ron Herrera. The group was apparently discussing redrawing of council district boundaries, which happens once every decade. And we do want to point out that it's not clear if anyone else was part or present in that conversation, who recorded that conversation, and we also do not know at the moment if that audio was in any way edited. That's the very latest reporting live this morning from Sun Valley. Annette Arriola for Today in LA. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Annette, thank you for that. A 32-year-old woman has been arrested accused of hitting and killing a man in Griffith Park with his own car. The crash happened on Saturday afternoon. It may have started with some sort of an argument. Police say 70-year-old Valerie Sakian was walking near the observatory when the woman driving his car intentionally ran him over. Hollywood patrol officers found the car yesterday morning and they saw 32-year-old Sonia Sovrin getting out. She was taken into custody and she later confessed to the crime.
409 right now. Gas prices in our area are slowly dropping, not going down as fast as they went up. Prices across Southern California are down a penny or less this morning. LA County still the highest, averaging $6.40 for a gallon of regular. Prices are slightly lower in Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties. This is the 5th day in a row that gas prices have dropped after reaching record highs last week. Experts say part of the reason for the drop, refineries that were undergoing maintenance are now coming back online. So this is good news. Again, it's not going down as quickly as we'd like, but I've got about like a quarter tank left.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm gonna be holding out.
You can't push it though, right?
Not too much longer.
I tried doing what Robin said, and I tried not looking. But eventually, you have to look when you pay, and then it's not any good.
No.
All right, let's check in with Phelan for the forecast.
Or whenever you go and you look at your bill, your statement, you're like,
I have to look now because I have to pay.
So just do it like a Band-Aid, right? Get it over with that first time. All righty, guys. Well, let's take a look at the weather. I think you're going to like these numbers. As the temperatures come down this week, it's going to feel more like fall. Now, the one hiccup in our forecast is that we do have a chance for some storms in the mountains, the deserts, and even in the IE. And that morning gloom, June gloomish feel, right? Even though it's October, that's going to stick around. We're going to have early clouds and fog. In fact, let's take a look at the visibility where, for the most part, we're doing good, but visibility is down somewhat in LA County and through the San Gabriel Valley, Ontario right now in the Inland Empire, down to about 4 miles. And over in Temecula, you've got a goose egg. So little to no visibility out there. Please be safe as you get behind the wheel. Now, let me take you up to the high desert. We're going to scroll through your day hour by hour. Skies are clear right now. Temperatures are cool. Winds are light. You're going to get into the 70s around 9 a.m. And then we're going to have increasing clouds as storms start to develop around noon. We've got 83 degrees. And here we are in the early afternoon hours with temperatures close to 90 degrees and a little bit of a breeze. Taking a look just at the numbers, not bad. Yesterday we had, last week we had 90s. This week we're going to have temperatures generally in the 70s and in the 80s. 90s in Lancaster, and Big Bear today has temperatures at 66 degrees. So I'm going to be back to time out that chance for storms and also take a look at that extended forecast that actually shows some cooler temperatures. So bring it on, Mother Nature. All right, it is 4:11. Let's talk to our friend Robin Winston. Tell me something good.
Oh, I'll tell you that I like it. Good morning, everybody. We're off to the 91 where it's a little bit slow. There's an accident working right now in Anaheim, but it's counter commute direction east 91 at Cold Canyon. We have a car and a truck blocking the left lane. Just a little bit of a backup there leading up to the scene. It's not impacting your commute direction, which is westbound. The westbound is nice and smooth. 34 minutes right now out of Riverside, making it to the 5. The 5 through the OC is good. The 405, I like it. Just under 20 minutes for the trip. The last time I saw you, we had a crash and a traffic break rolling out of Boyle Heights, southbound 5 at the 60. The traffic break is over. The accident is out of the way, but there is a little bit of residual slowing here for southbound 5. So this is a part of your drive. Make sure you get out there early because it hasn't completely thinned out yet, but at least the crash is out of your way. Taking a little peek at your freeways coming out of the Inland Empire, wide open on the 210 West leaving San Bernardino. The 10 is looking good, just under 30 minutes Colton to Pomona, and the 60 under 24 minutes for the drive heading west out of Riverside from the 215 to the 57. Not bad at all for 4:12 in the morning. We'll check more traffic coming up in a bit. Back to you.
All right, we'll take it. Thank you, Robin. And we invite you to join us tomorrow for the last televised LA mayoral debate before Election Day. NBC4's Colleen Williams, Conan Nolan, and Telemundo 52's Dunya Elvir will be your hosts.
Now, you might have some questions for the candidates, right? So we would love for you to share them with us. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen. Those questions could be part of the debate. It will air live on NBC4 and Telemundo 52 at 7 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be right back.
This morning on California Live, we're using glitter to bling out your lips, lashes, and other places you probably never thought of just in time for Halloween. And we'll get our tequila on at a Santa Monica cantina. That's today at 11:30 on California Live.
Morongo is made for everybody. You enter the casino. Your game is blackjack. Cheers. Maybe the sports bar calls your name. No matter what you like or who you are, Morongo is for you. Morongo is made for everybody. Morongo, good time for everybody.
I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too. I love Tito's tacos. What else can you do? You can also try delicious burritos. chips and salsa enchiladas. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too.
NBC's hit drama series La Brea is back.
Gavin, I can't believe you're actually here. I have a way we can get out of here. It's not going to be easy. The exiles are everywhere. We're going to find a way back home together, whatever it takes. Go!
The race for LA's next mayor. If you're undecided, this could be the final debate before Election Day. Scan this QR code to submit your question now. The Los Angeles mayoral debate, live on NBC4 and Telemundo 52, tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Did you know Lynette survived a helicopter crash in the Colorado mountains covering a news story in the 90s? Amazingly, she walked away with moderate injuries, and her courageous story was featured in a documentary. And did you know if Lynette wasn't a news anchor, she'd be a doctor or teacher? She was pre-med until scholarships and grants ran out when she switched to journalism. She vows in her next life that she'll be a doctor, caring for preemies in the NICU. Now you know.
Oh, wow. I just learned something. I didn't know all that.
Now you know. Oh,
So
my gosh.
cool.
I mean, where do you even start there? This
I
is
know.
fascinating. You said, I mean, talking about your mom after the crash, right?
So I was at KUSA in Denver, and we were covering a story on Pikes Peak, and we crashed. And,
Oh, my goodness.
You know, thank goodness for Art Hill and Kirk Selby.
Yeah.
Art was the pilot, and he was a pilot in the Vietnam War, so he had an amazing experience. He found the one place on Pikes Peak that we could crash and not, you know, blow
And be okay,
up
yeah.
because it was like it was a crash. And Kirk had strapped me in right before we took off, and we all walked away. So
Wow.
thank God for them.
That's
and
amazing.
for me surviving.
Yeah.
But you know, you never know what you're going to be covering one day, and you know the dangers and the things that we end up having to do. But to see my mom right there, I remember we walked off of Pikes Peak during a live broadcast, during the 4 o'clock show on KUSA, and I could hear my mom crying, you know, like that wail that Latina moms do. I can still hear her doing that, but it was a happy cry, but you know, and she was just so happy to kind of get her arms around me. So. And then we had these block phones. I don't if you ever watched the story. There's a phone that's the size of like a laptop.
Yeah.
A brick. That was the phone that we were using to call for help. It was something else.
So did you have fear going into it? Like, I've always been kind of a little bit cautious in terms of helicopters. And have you been on one since?
I was not afraid. I loved it. It was September, and it was the aspen leaves were changing. It was so beautiful. I remember going, "Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I have the best job in the whole wide world. This is so great." And then it wasn't so great. And no, I've never flown again. In fact, they wanted to airlift us out because it was such a remote area of Pikes Peak. And they said, "Oh, it's going to take 8 hours for rescuers to come and get you. You're going to have to take a helicopter to get out." And I'm like, really?
I'll wait. It's okay, I'll wait.
I actually just fell out of the sky. I really don't want to get in a helicopter.
Yeah,
So yeah, we didn't do that. But no, and in fact, I used to have nightmares about the crash, and it would turn into a roller coaster in my mind.
Wow.
It's amazing how your mind kind of like changes things.
Yeah.
So then I became afraid of roller coasters.
Oh no!
I know, but now I can do roller coasters. Not very well. I cry when I get off of them. But
So do we. You're not alone.
We have that in common. Gosh, Lynette, you have done so much, and we're going to have more stories throughout the morning. It's just incredible, all the experience that you bring along with you. So we're just so grateful that you're here with us.
and if you need me to take your blood pressure, I can do that too.
Well, it's usually high during the show.
All right. Well, I think we're going to get to weather. Let's talk about the forecast again. Still pretty dark out there for all of you guys that are still opening up your eyes. Like, what time is it? The sun doesn't come out until maybe another 2 hours. Here we go. 6:54 is going to be your sunrise. Sunset is going to be at 6:25. We've got 11 hours, 30 minutes of daylight. What are you going to do with it? Make the best of it. All right. We're starting off with some gray skies, but gradually we're going to get to the sunshine, and around noon, you're going to have 73 degrees at the coast. If you want to maybe head out there, meet with some friends, or you have some meetings. Around the basin in Orange County, we'll have 78 degrees. But the valleys in IE, particularly the Inland Empire, we could be seeing some storms develop around lunchtime. So please keep an eye to the sky and be weather aware. Now, the biggest chance for any wet weather today is going to be in the mountains and deserts. Check out the chance for rain in Big Bear. Throughout the morning, we're dry, and then we start to see the chance for storms increase at about a 20% through the afternoon. Around 2 p.m., we are at a 50%. So the early afternoon hours is when we have the best chance of seeing those storms that could contain some brief heavy downpours, also some gusty winds and lightning. So when thunder roars go indoors. Here's your futurecast. It's showing us that marine layer extending all the way inland, areas of low visibility right now. As we press play, scroll through your day, around lunchtime, we start to see those clouds build up over the mountains with more sunshine for lower elevations. And then here we are in the afternoon hours, 5 p.m. Storms in the deserts over in the San Jacinto Mountains through Hemet. And then in the evening, once we lose some of that daytime heating, the chance for rain starts to diminish. But then overnight and through tomorrow morning, here's a look at those clouds. Those clouds are going to build right back in. And then tomorrow morning, we're waking up to those gray skies. Now let's talk about the temperatures, because those are going to be pretty consistent in the coming days. Thankfully, not as hot as last week. We're going to have 80s in Riverside. Then over the weekend, much cooler in the 70s. So here's your 7-day forecast. It's showing us a mix of sun and clouds throughout the week with highs in the 70s for the basin in Orange County. And along the coast, we're going to have highs in the low 70s with breezy winds each afternoon. If you were planning to catch the sunset, could feel a little cool, so make sure you bring the jacket with you. Here's the valleys where you've got temperatures in the 80s. The Inland Empire, chance for afternoon storms today and tomorrow. So if you have to be out on the side, or you're in work. So just keep an eye to the sky, be weather aware, because conditions could rapidly change for you. In the high desert, you have a chance for storms the next few days. The low desert, toasty, but last week you had triple digits, so it's not going to be as hot. And then finally in the mountains, it's a cooler week. You have highs in the 60s. But again, the chance for storms each afternoon through Wednesday. A lot's going to be changing in the forecast, so download the NBC LA app for weather on the go. Right now, it is 4:21. Let's talk to our friend Robin Winston. How's traffic?
Traffic is okay. It depends on where you're rolling this morning. We're off to the 5. We're checking your commute into and out of Downey, and it's looking good. This is the Caltrans camera over by Lakewood Boulevard, and it shows you a nice and smooth commute in both directions for north and southbound 5. But rolling out of Boyle Heights, it's going to be a slow roll. An accident out of the way, but there's a little bit of a residual delay here. Southbound 5 at the 60 was blocking that connector that takes you over to eastbound 60. It's on the shoulder, no longer blocking, but off and on, when I look at the sensors, I can see a little bit of a residual delay there, but it should just about be cleared out for you. The 91, here's a trouble spot in your way, unexpected because it's counter commute. East 91, Coal Canyon, a car and a truck blocking the left lane. That's creating just a little bit of a backup, but your westbound side, that's the commute direction. It looks fantastic. We are just under 35 minutes from Riverside to Buena Park. No problems for the 5 or the 405. We'll peek at some more drive times coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Robin. If you drive an electric car, you might want to listen up. A recall is in effect for thousands of vehicles. The problem could make you lose control. We'll have the details coming up.
And from water to solar, the LA Aqueduct may soon tap into another natural resource. You're watching Today in LA. We'll be right back.
Do you know what an old mattress is the perfect breeding ground for? Dust mites! If you're sleeping on a mattress that's over 8 years old, you're not sleeping alone.
Right, Drew. You could be sleeping with dust mites right under your nose. And the allergy-causing waste they produce.
Yuck. So check your mattress tag. If it's over 8, it's time to replace. Come in today and save up to 50% off a fresh, comfortable new mattress. And trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
You want to grab something to eat, Drew?
Think I lost my appetite.
This October at Soboba Casino Resort, be the best around. With the Karate Kid every Friday and Saturday. Take home your share of over $450,000. On October 15th, one lucky fighter will win the grand prize, a brand new Dodge Challenger. On the 29th, we're giving away another Challenger. Earn entries daily with your Soboba Rewards card playing your favorite games, including our Karate Kid slot machine. Only at Soboba Casino Resort.
It's At Home in the Valley, a warehouse full of rugs. Too many rugs, way too many rugs. It's time for a sale. Save on thousands of rugs in stock. Take one home today. Modern, traditional, shag, solids, and textures, all at low, low prices. Roll runners for stairs and hallways, any length you need. Since 1979, at home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, 818-780-4663, online at homeinthevalley.com.
The gift of love, high-quality lab-grown diamonds. 1 carat lab-grown studs just $5.99. 1 carat solitaires $9.90. 2 carat studs $19.90. 3 carat 3-stone rings $34.90. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange, Tustin.
Ben's in Los Angeles in 1981 in the body of a woman.
Are you surprised?
Do not look at me. You're a bounty hunter. That's your partner, Jake. Ziggy says you're here to save her life.
Come on.
Is there anyone that might want to hurt you?
We gotta jump.
This is gonna be a hell of a ride.
If she dies, get down! You're stranded here.
An LA City Council member is looking to get solar panels over the Los Angeles aqueduct. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell introduced the motion, and the panels, he says, would serve two purposes: to provide a source of renewable energy for the city and reduce evaporation from the aqueduct. According to the council member, about a tenth of the water in the aqueduct is lost from evaporation every year.
A recall has been issued for more than 12,000 vehicles made by Irvine-based EV company Rivian. Now, the issue is a loose bolt that needs to be tightened up in the front suspension of nearly all Rivian electric pickups, vans, and also SUVs. Now, if the problem isn't fixed, drivers could lose control. So far, no one has been hurt because of this issue, but owners can bring their vehicle to a Rivian service center to have the nut tightened at no cost. All right, still ahead, LA City Council President Nuri Martinez is under fire for making racist and disparaging comments.
So we're going to share the leaked audio at the center of this controversy. Plus, we have reaction from other city leaders.
Also ahead, disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein set to face his next criminal trial right here in Los Angeles. We're going to break down the case as jury selection gets underway.
Morongo is made for everybody. You enter the casino. Your game is blackjack. Cheers. Maybe the sports bar calls your name. No matter what you like or who you are, Morongo is for you. Morongo is made for everybody. Morongo, good time for everybody.
Don't miss the 23rd Annual Newport Beach Film Festival, returning October 13th through 20th. The largest international cinema event in Southern California. The festival spotlights over 300 films and presents nightly parties and events. Newport Beach is the ultimate picture-perfect destination to vacation like an A-lister. So come join thousands of film fans in Newport Beach this October and visit newportbeachfilmfest.com for more.
What makes a great Monday, y'all? An all-new Kelly! She knew. Connie Britton. So we were both at the Emmys last month.
Our table, we were like behind the stage. So we had amazing views of everybody's butt. So I got to see you present, and it was really one of the best of the night.
Plus, from Black Adam, Sarah Shahi.
Today at 2 on NBC4. Randy Mack shows you the money, how to save it.
Try to limit what you buy in bulk. That 12-month plan, just $15 a month.
And how to make it. Easy side hustles like doing laundry.
We make about $400 or $500 a week.
And renting out your yard for dogs.
Like $1,500?
Our I-Team is helping you survive and thrive during inflation. For the full stories, log on to NBCLA.com/Randy Responds. The NBC4 I-Team, dedicated to working for you. Today in LA at 4:30 starts now.
Welcome back. It's 4:30. dark and early on this Monday morning. Taking a live look right now at LAX. I'm going to check in with meteorologist Belen de Leon for a look at your forecast. Plus, Robin Winston has a look at the current traffic out there. Not too bad at LA. That's always the time to go. I always try to take that first flight, right?
Really?
So you can beat the traffic, and then you get up in the air and you get to your destination.
Well, you're used to getting up early, so you like to get things done,
It's not
right?
too bad, yeah.
And you're less likely to be delayed.
Absolutely.
That's what an expert said. If you take the first flight or early flights in the morning, you're less likely to be delayed. You take it later in the afternoon, you may be stuck in a backup.
Same thing if you're going to get a pedicure or a manicure.
Yes,
which is the first one. They're not going to be backed up at that point.
Where are my manners? I forgot to wish you a very warm welcome. The newest addition to our Today in LA family, Lynette Romero. You're here.
I feel like we've been doing this for a while. I mean, we've had a couple rehearsals. We got to know each other, but if you think about it, it's been only a week since we all met for the first time. We kind of snuck in a little meet and greet beforehand, not knowing that we'd be working together. But we happened to meet each other and
we have history. It's a good history.
We do have history.
Okay,
but only once. We hung out one time together, but we have mutual friends and a connection in Colorado and Denver. But we met literally a week ago.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but it seemed instantly whenever we met her, it felt like somebody that we already knew. I mean, a quality that I'm sure our friends at home have found endearing as well. Like, we feel like we know you because you're just so warm and welcoming.
We're kind of kindred spirits. Yeah. I think that's why, right? We kind of all want the same things, have the same desires and goals, and we just want to do a good job.
I feel like we had a missing piece, like we had a little hole that hadn't been filled yet, and now that you're here, it feels complete. And we look like a Christmas tree. So this is our gift. This is our gift to you.
Christmas in October. I'll take that. I like it.
You guys look like you're going to prom. That's super cute. They coordinated everything. It's so cute.
We did coordinate.
And we didn't plan to wear red. This is how we vibe, y'all. This is how we didn't plan these colors.
This is how we have it.
And we can't wear green because we're about to go to a green screen right now. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining us. And I guess let's talk about the weather for today. We're looking at a great day, great for Lynette's first day here on NBC. We're starting off with the marine layer right now in areas of low visibility and fog, especially through the San Gabriel Valley, where, you're down to about 4 miles in Ontario and Temecula. You're struggling with foggy conditions out there. You're down to about a quarter of a mile. So that's where it's dangerous. Give yourself some extra space from that car in front of you, and don't be in a rush this morning. Take it easy, okay? Visibility low in LA County, but this is all drivable right now in Catalina Island. It's kind of foggy as well. Now, this is the view right outside of our home right here in Universal City, where we have those clouds shrouding the top of the buildings and the mountains out there. But gradually, we're going to get to the sunshine. Here's your Monday forecast, everyone. Up and at 'em. 60s to start off the day, and it is cool out there, so bring the sweater. 59 in the high desert, the mountains 37 degrees, and in the afternoon hours, hallelujah, the temperatures are not as hot as last week. It's finally going to feel a bit more like fall this week, but the one hiccup is that we are going to see a chance for storms, especially in the Inland Empire, in the deserts, and also in the mountains. So I'll be back to take a look at the cooler weather. It's going to feel nice, but also time that chance for storms. So I'll see you later with that. My time's up. Here's another lady in red. Robin Winston with your traffic. How's it going?
Lady in red. We're up to the 405. We're checking the drive here, Belen, through the Sepulveda Pass with the help of Street Vision, which is looking pretty good so far. Both directions, north and south, nice and light, nice and smooth. That's how we like it at 4:32 in the morning. Thank you, Street Vision, for keeping an eye on the morning drive. We're going to switch over to the map, time it out, take a little look at your drive time right now. It's quick. It's really quick, but don't get used to it. No, it's not going to stay this way. We're at 22 minutes right now for South 405 to make it from the 118 to the 105. It's going to be double within the next couple of hours. Your roll through Hacienda Heights, it's a nice roll. The westbound direction is picking up the headlights here. That's the commute side. It's getting busier by the minute passing Hacienda Boulevard, so leave as early as you can. Right now, we're under 20 minutes from the 57 to the 5. The 5 from the 605 to the 134, under 20 minutes. Back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. There are some calls for LA City Council members to resign after making racist and offensive comments.
So a recording with those comments was leaked over the weekend. Outrage, it has been swift, it has been severe. People demanding accountability. group of protesters showed up at the home of Councilmember Nury Martinez last night. They want her to resign over the explosive recording. Martinez and Councilmember Kevin De Leon are heard making racist and disparaging remarks about fellow Councilmember Mike Bonin and his young black son. The comments made during a private meeting last year referred to an MLK parade in which Bonin participated with his son.
It's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved.
Martinez also heard describing the toddler as a little monkey. De Leon is heard suggesting that Bonin's son is an accessory, comparing him to a Louis Vuitton handbag. It is not clear who recorded the conversation or if it has been edited. Both Martinez and De Leon have apologized, but Councilmember Bonin says that is not enough. In a statement, he and his partner said that they are appalled, angry, and absolutely disgusted by the comments.
LA City Council members Corinne Price, Heather Hutt, and Marquise Harris Dawson issued a joint statement saying in part, "This is a very dark day in LA politics for African Americans, the LGBTQ+ community, Indigenous people, and Angelenos who have put their faith and trust in their local government. This is 2022, and we will not turn a blind eye to the blatant prejudice, discrimination, and racism that has been put on full display for the world to see." We are going to continue to follow the developments on this story throughout the day on air and, of course, on our NBC LA app. You can also get the latest updates online at NBCLA.com.
4:35 right now. Happening today, disgraced Hollywood movie mogul Harvey Weinstein heads to a court in downtown LA.
Jury selection begins today on his second rape trial, more than 2 years after he was convicted in New York. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live outside of the criminal courts building in downtown LA with the very latest on this trial. Lauren.
Lynette, Adrian, good morning. Jury selection is expected to begin around 9:30 this morning and will likely last until about 4:15 tonight. We understand this is the beginning of an 8-week trial here in downtown. Former film producer Harvey Weinstein is facing his second trial, already 2 years into his 23-year sentence for rape. Weinstein was granted an appeal in New York in August. Now the man at the center of the Me Too movement is charged with 4 counts of rape and 7 other sexual assault counts here in LA. Several women are expected to share their stories in court. One woman who accused Weinstein of sexual assault in the 90s weighing in on the trial ahead. It should be noted she is not involved in the LA trial.
It's very personal, you know, in terms of what happened to me and other women, and I think about them in those hotel rooms, and I want justice for them.
District Attorney George Gascon released this statement to NBC News, writing in part, quote, "I want to assure every victim in Los Angeles that holding sexual assailants accountable, no matter their power, wealth, or status, is a priority in my office." Now, Weinstein has always maintained his innocence, pleading not guilty in New York and here in LA. Reporting live, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
All right, Lauren, thank you. 4:37 right now. Well, today, such an exciting day, not only for us here on Today in LA, right, but our viewers. We know that we've heard from many of them, and your fans as well, that they have been counting down the days until you make your reappearance on television here in Los Angeles and Southern California.
It's only been about a little over a month since I was last on the air at KTLA. That was when I did my last show. I had no idea it was my last show, to be really honest. I was getting ready to go take Olivia to college, taking her down to San Diego, so I had the week off to take her down to San Diego. And then, you know, how contract negotiations go, or maybe you don't, but it's not fun. Anyway, so then I actually never went back. Yeah. So it's been just a little over, it was right before Labor Day. A little over a month, but it feels like forever. Yeah. And people have been saying, like, when are you coming back? Where have you been? I miss you. So I've missed you guys too.
You received this just outpouring of support and love from so many people. Yeah. Did that surprise you?
100%. Honestly, it's a little overwhelming. It's very touching, but it's a lot. Like, you have no idea that through this little, screen we can literally connect, and that's how I feel. I've had people reach out to me and say, you've been there for me during my cancer diagnosis, my treatment, and now I'm, cancer-free. You've been there through, for me through my husband's death. There's a woman who reached out to me. She's reached out to me a number of times, and she said, we just corresponded yesterday, and she said, you know, you were there when my husband died, and I'm going to be there for you tomorrow. And I just think that's so special that we are with each other during a lot of times, and including in my life. They've been there with me through all of my ups and downs in my life. So I think that's how you connect with people. And so we're going to show you guys about this later, a little bit more about this. But there is this watch party. A friend of ours, Jim Lanahan, he is big.
Good morning.
He loves you guys.
Watch party.
He loves news. He's a big-time news junkie. He loves news, and he's a Broadway producer, and he really knows, he knows all about what we do in a different kind of way.
Okay.
But he's organized this watch party, and there are 70 people watching it right now.
Cool.
They're in their pajamas. They're talking about the coffee that they're drinking, and he has been doing his homework. He started watching you guys the last 2 weeks, so he's all about Belen. He's like, oh my God, she is a star, and that Robin, I'm obsessed with Robin. And he's like, and Adrian is so handsome. Tell me more about Adrian.
Monitor, is there an issue with his television?
So he promised me that he would keep things on the up and up.
Okay.
Meaning be nice and keep it clean.
Yes.
This is a family show.
What's his name again?
Jim Lanahan.
Jim, good morning, and toast to you.
And to our watch party
this morning.
We love you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Cheers.
Good morning. You know, Mondays can be rough. Getting back into the groove of the work week, but this Monday has been turning out very fun. It's barely 4:40 in the morning.
It doesn't feel like a Monday.
It does not feel like a Monday. We've got Friday vibes. So let's get into this day and take a look at your weather, everyone. It's going to be beautiful temperature-wise, but unfortunately, I am going to track a chance for some storms. So let's go through your hour-by-hour forecast, scroll through your day in the mountains where we're starting off dry with cool temperatures in the 40s and 30s, so maybe you need that puffy jacket. Skies are going to be clear through about 9 a.m., and then we start to see those clouds develop, and the clouds start to turn angry into the afternoon. This is when we're going to have our chance for storms. In fact, you can see here how the chance for rain, it goes up close to 50% in the early afternoon hours. So the main threat, of course, is going to be that lightning, but we could also see some brief heavy downpours. So stay tuned to your First Alert Weather Team. We're going to give you updates throughout the day. Temperature-wise, this morning it is cool. Bring the sweater if you have to wait by the bus stop. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s, and over in Big Bear, we've got 36 degrees. In Temecula right now, visibility is nothing. It's hard to see out there, very foggy, 61, and Hemet has 57 degrees. Here's a look at the afternoon temperatures. I'm hardly seeing any 90s. Lancaster 91, 85 in Victorville, so still a warm day. Same goes for the valleys in Inland Empire, but not as hot as yesterday, and once you get closer to the coast, that's where you're going to see the 70s. I'll be back to time out that chance for storms, but right now it is 4:41. We are cruising together. Here's Robin Winston with traffic.
Thank you, Belen. Yes, we are taking a look at a new trouble spot that just popped up in Santa Fe Springs. It's an accident here, southbound 5 at the 605, so it's right at the split. I just got word that a vehicle flipped over, so CHP and fire crews on the way to the scene. Definitely expect to see some slow traffic there leading up to the 5-605 split. I'll check back in just a bit. The 405 is still wide open. I know it can be a little bit of a headache during the latter part of the morning commute, but you know what to do, right? If you can get out there early while the getting is good, like my grandma used to say, 22 minutes right now from the 118 to the 105. The earlier, the better. The 60 is recovering from an accident. 18 minutes Diamond Bar to the 5. At the 10, I like it. 20 minutes from the 57 to the 5. We'll have more drive times coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. Still ahead, a documentary production company is taking legal action against LA County and Sheriff Alex Villanueva.
So Wyatt says that it's been wrongfully denied access to the records regarding that crash that killed Kobe Bryant and others. And we saw changes to the football field over the weekend during the NFL games. The new protocol for players after a couple of scary injuries to the same player within days raised red flags. We'll be right back.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. This proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
At Saboba Casino Resort, you can eat, play, stay, and win in a whole new way. Sign up for your Saboba Rewards card to earn points for free play, complimentary dining, hotel discounts, priority access, and exclusive offers. Plus, new members could win up to $5,000 in free slot play instantly. Prizes start at $25, so sign up today and win. Saboba Casino Resort, voted #1 casino in the Inland Empire.
It's At Home in the Valley, a warehouse full of rugs. Too many rugs, way too many rugs. It's time for a sale. Save on thousands of rugs in stock. Take one home today. Modern, traditional, shag, solids, and textures, all at low, low prices. Roll runners for stairs and hallways, any length you need. Since 1979, At Home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, 818-780-4663, online at athomeinthevalley.com.
In Pescato here in Morongo, we love to serve Chardonnay with our seafood tower. You got no wine in your glass. Oh my God. Join me. Welcome, guys. 7 and 1. Don't miss this time.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, home to Fabio Viviani's Marketplace. And Good Times.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
A documentary production company is taking legal action against LA County and Sheriff Alex Villanueva to obtain video connected to the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant. Real World Media filed a petition with LA Superior Court on Friday. The company claims it has been wrongfully denied access to the information requested through the California Public Records Act. It is petitioning to get audio, video, and photographs involved in the investigation. The company says it's not looking for post-accident photos of those who died. Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others were killed in that crash. We've reached out to the LA County Sheriff's Department for comment. No word yet from them.
4:45 right now. Some new rules were in place for this week's NFL games, and any player having trouble with balance or stability, motor coordination, or speech issues were prohibited from returning to the game if they showed any of those symptoms, and they were required to get follow-up medical care. The league has updated their concussion protocol after the incident involving the Miami Dolphins quarterback last week, Tua Tagovailoa. He suffered 2 hard hits within days of each other. He was allowed to return to 1 game, and then the following week he had a concussion, so that raised a lot of questions.
Well, folks, finally we have a cool down in your forecast, but there's always a but. I'm tracking a chance for some storms, so I'll be back to tell you when they're going to fire up and who could see the stormy weather as we show you this live look from Universal City. It is foggy out there. Folks, be safe, right, Robin?
That's right, and be on your best behavior on the roads. I'm tracking an overturn accident right now. This is not good. Santa Fe Springs, southbound 5 before Florence. A vehicle just flipped over. The right lane is blocked, and this is causing a backup in both directions. I'll have details coming up after the break.
This fall into savings with an affordable, delectable dining set. Whether you're craving farmhouse, rustic, contemporary, cottage, and more. I've got dining and counter heights, storage benches, and tons of configurations.
Get Boss discount!
Merrily, life is but a dream.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You rise to the challenge. You won't clock out. So you bring Ubrelvy. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
You want it all? We have it all on NBC4's new daytime. Around the world with NBC News Daily at noon. All things pop culture on Access Daily with Mario and Kid at 1. Jam with Kelly Clarkson at 2.
I love this job.
local news and weather on NBC4 News at 3.
Things definitely warmed up.
And NBC Nightly News at 3:30.
Bringing you the nation's top stories in the afternoon.
NBC4's new daytime lineup.
Celebrate the fall by falling in love with a room of your dreams. You'll find complete dining sets starting at $5.99, sofas starting at $4.99, and even more savings on bedrooms, mattresses, and more, with many financing options available.
Get cost discount.
Come on, let's go!
On October 18th.
Are you sure it's Teresa Mendoza?
Find this woman, no matter what.
Go, go, go!
La Reina del Sur, the #1 Spanish language series, is back.
I'm gonna need air support. Drones, helicopter, whatever it takes.
A new season. A new era.
Ready.
There is no going back.
Where is she now?
Kate del Castillo is La Reina del Sur. Exclusive premiere. Tuesday, October 18, 9 p.m. 8 Central on Telemundo.
4:49 right now. Welcome back, everybody. All right, Lynette, it is your turn to be on the hot seat. Are you ready to answer some questions? Because Robin's got some hard-hitting, rapid-fire questions for you.
Bring it on, baby. For these questions, so brace yourself.
Okay.
All right, first question. Let's talk a little bit about cooking. Are you a cook? And on those days where you just don't have a lot of energy, what is your go-to lazy dinner that's quick, low maintenance, and delicious? Do you have anything that you like to make?
Okay. I do not know my way around the kitchen.
It's okay.
I do not cook. Anybody who knows me knows I don't cook. I love to eat.
Okay.
I'm a really good cleaner.
Okay.
But I don't cook. So my lazy dinner is like the same thing for breakfast and lunch. Like lazy. I'm like.
So like cereal?
You know, can I tell you? I love cereal for dinner.
There's nothing
I
wrong
would
with that.
totally do. That's my lazy dinner.
You're my kind of girl.
Lazy dinner, breakfast, lunch.
All
Don't
right.
you love cereal?
I do. I have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And your snacks.
Yes.
Now that I know that you've got the snacks.
I am a snacker.
Yeah.
Okay, second question is, if you had a time machine, you know, folks say if I could turn back time like Cher, would you rather travel back in time or would you travel to the future and see what's ahead? If you had a time machine.
I would go back in time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That
I
means
would
you had
go-
a lot of good moments.
Yeah, you know, because I miss my dad so much. My dad died when I was in college, so I would go back in time.
Yeah.
But I'd want to be, you know what I would want to be a grown up and go back in time to know him as a grown up, as an adult, and to learn from him now, and you know, to see him with my mom. You know, like I would want that. So I'd go back in time.
Yeah, and we have a deeper appreciation for our parents once we get older. When we're younger, we're like, you don't know what you're talking about. But when we get older, we go, wow, I should have listened. A lot of valuable lessons.
How'd you do it?
Yeah, right.
Especially as a parent.
Oh, yeah.
When you go back, you really appreciate what they did as parents because you're in that same position.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My mom's watching now like, yeah, exactly, Robin.
That's right.
Question number 4, this is our last question. It's a two-part question. Do you have a favorite holiday or a least favorite holiday? I love Christmas. I love the lights. I love reindeer. I love presents. Everyone seems to be in a great mood. What's your favorite holiday or least favorite holiday?
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. I like any holiday that brings people together.
Yeah.
So I like them all. I would say that I didn't used to love Halloween until I had Olivia.
Okay.
Because she loves Halloween, but not for the same reason. So for me, for Halloween in Colorado, here's the thing about Halloween, is I always wanted to be like a princess in the most beautiful dress, and then it would snow right before Halloween.
Or it was too cold and you had to have a jacket
your
on.
parka underneath or on top of it, so you were never cute, ever cute for Halloween. Olivia's the opposite. She never wanted to be cute. She wanted to be bloody and gross and scary. Like the bloodier the better. So then I had to learn how to do that. And you guys will learn about that because I'm really good at Halloween makeup.
Oh, I'll volunteer. Help me. I need some help with that.
Like bullet in the head kind of Halloween makeup.
I like it. I like it.
Yes. These are good. So just really quick. So yours is Christmas. That's your favorite holiday. What about you?
Christmas.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like you. It's like whenever there's an opportunity to bring the family together to make memories, then I'm all for it. Even if it's the 4th of July, if it's whatever it is.
And I'll clean. You cook. You guys cook. I'll clean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I'll eat.
I like that. And by the way, we're already talking about, should we do a team costume?
Yes.
Right, for Halloween.
Yeah, so what did we talk about? Like the Beatles, Care Bears, what else did we have?
What did we
Alice
do?
in Wonderland,
Flintstones.
The Flintstones.
We tossed that around.
You know when we took that picture and we just happened to all be in the ruffled dresses? Somebody said
I remember. I looked fantastic.
Well, actually, someone said we look like the Fanta girls because the colors of the dresses.
Yeah.
Would you be Would you be okay about being in a dress if we were all Fanta girls?
Yeah.
How would you feel about being in a dress?
Question mark. I guess.
Yes. We have to
What did I
discuss
say?
this.
Whatever you want for the first week.
You said year.
I'm amending it to week. So whatever you ask for the first week, it's like I'm a genie. I will grant any wish or request that you have for the first
We'll
week.
do something fun for Halloween for sure.
All righty, guys. Well, it's just around the corner. It's starting to look like it, starting to feel like it. We even had a full moon over the weekend. So let me show you this cool picture sent in by one of our photographer contributors of the Hunter's Moon in San Pedro. Oh, let's hear that again. Ooh. Nice. Thank you, Christine, for sharing this picture. It looks beautiful. So yesterday is when we reached the peak, but you know what? It's still going to appear full for the next several days. If you'd like to see your pictures right here with us, use that hashtag NBCLA or just tag me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm also here to answer any of your weather questions. All right, we're going to see a chance for some storms today through Wednesday. Mountains, deserts, the Inland Empire, and the main threats are going to be heavy downpours at times, some gusty winds, and also some dangerous lightning. So remember, when thunder roars, go indoors, or when you see a flash, dash inside. This morning things are dry, but we do have that marine layer that's extended all the way inland with areas of low visibility. As we get into the afternoon, you'll need the sunglasses around lunchtime, but we could also see some storms develop in the Inland Empire, the mountains, the deserts at that time. So here we are at noon with those clouds bubbling up in the mountains. Around 4 p.m., a chance for storms out towards Hemet, portions of the Inland Empire. Some of that stormy weather could last into the evening hours in the LA County mountains. And then overnight, here we go again with that marine layer. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be another gray start to the day. Now, as far as the temperatures go, thankfully, we got some relief compared to last week when we had highs in the 90s inland. This week, temperatures are going to be more comfortable in the 70s and 80s. So it's feeling a bit more like fall, and the temperatures are going to get even cooler this weekend. Look at the trend for Burbank. Saturday and Sunday, highs in the 70s. So maybe we can give a break to the AC, open those windows, let that fresh air in. Here's your 7-day forecast. We've got 70s for the next several days in the Basin and the Orange County area. The coast will have highs in the low 70s, even cooler this weekend. Mix of clouds and sun to start off in the valleys and the Inland Empire. And the greatest chance for storms in the IE will be each afternoon as the temperatures rise into the low to mid 80s. Storms possible also for the deserts. We've got upper 80s, low 90s there. In the low desert, looks like things are going to stay dry for you with highs in the 90s. Thankfully, no more triple digits. And in the mountains, you got sweater weather. Highs in the 60s with a chance for storms each afternoon. You can time it all using our NBCLA app. 4:55, let's take a look at the drive. Here's our friend Robin Winston.
I have to go buy a sweater. I need to find my umbrella. And I need to buy some new Uggs, if that's what it's going to be. We're off to Santa Fe Springs. We're checking in on our biggest trouble spot right now. It's an overturned accident, southbound 5 near Florence Avenue. This just cleared from the 2 right lanes over to the shoulder. But check out the sensors, right? This is a southbound crash, but look at the northbound side. That's the commute direction. We have some nosy folks, some looky-loos checking out the southbound activity. So now northbound 5 is stacking up as well, even though the southbound crash is out of the way and on the shoulder. You have lots of flashing lights and emergency crews, so it's causing a backup. The trip from Valencia looks good. It's good through Sun Valley. It's wide open all the way down to the 10. Quick, easy at 30 minutes. Southbound 14, I like what I see here. 32 minutes from Palmdale off to the Newhall Pass, and the 405 still in good shape. Get on out there. 22 minutes from the 118 to the 105. Today in LA returns after the break. Stay with us.
Jewelry, the perfect gift. The Jewelry Exchange has diamond bands for $169, tennis bracelets $499, half-carat halo rings $599, 2-carat 3-stone rings $24.90, and 1-carat studs $599. Buy direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Tustin.
This October at Saboba Casino Resort, be the best around with the Karate Kid every Friday and Saturday. Take home your share of over $450,000. On October 15th, one lucky fighter will win the grand prize, a brand new Dodge Challenger. On the 29th, we're giving away another Challenger. Earn entries daily with your Saboba Rewards card playing your favorite games, including our Karate Kid slot machine. Only at Saboba Casino Resort.
Gettle. G-O-E-T-T-L. When your plumbing needs attention.
When your plumbing needs attention.
Call Gettle.
Call Gettle.
We'll open that clogged drain.
We'll open that clogged drain.
For just $80.
For just $80.
Gettle. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
It's At Home in the Valley, a warehouse full of rugs. Too many rugs, way too many rugs. It's time for a sale. Save on thousands of rugs in stock. Take one home today. Modern, traditional, shag, solids, and textures, all at low, low prices. Roll runners for stairs and hallways, any length you need. Since 1979, At Home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys. 818-780-4663, online at homeinthevalley.com.
Morongo is made for everybody. You enter the casino. Your game is blackjack. Cheers. Maybe the sports bar calls your name. No matter what you like or who you are, Morongo is for you. Morongo is made for everybody. Morongo, good time for everybody.
Here's why doctors, nurses, and patients
urge you to vote no on Prop 29.
29 would shut down dialysis clinics throughout California that my patients rely on for regular treatment,
risking my patients' lives
and the lives of 80,000 other dialysis patients.
Join the American Nurses Association California
and the California Medical Association.
Stop the dangerous dialysis proposition.
Vote no on 29.
Please vote no.
It's almost 5 a.m. Here's what's happening today in LA.
We have breaking news right now. Russia's revenge. Its military is unleashing a barrage of deadly missile strikes in Ukraine's capital after a separate blast damaged a key bridge. There are attacks that we have not seen since the start of the war.
Plus, protesters demand City Council President Nuri Martinez step down over racist and disparaging comments. We'll hear the leaked audio at the center of this controversy, and we'll have reaction.
And counting down to discounts, Amazon's Prime Early Access sale is tomorrow, and we've got a product preview.
Today in LA at 5 starts now.
Good morning to you. It is 1010, Monday, 1010, my new lucky number. Yes. Good morning to you. I'm Lynette Romero.
I'm Major Narambulo. Belen Robin here with us on the desk for this very, very special morning because the gang is all here.
Yeah, we're
Welcome
here.
to you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, we just had so much fun.
Yes.
We just joined the watch party, and there were 500 people watching on this watch party, watching every single move we're making, everything we're doing. They're like checking you out at the wall.
I feel nervous.
Traffic. They're like, boy, she is fierce. You know, you are full of sunshine, and everybody has to crush on you.
Is that true?
Who knew?
Good to know. I'm speechless now. I'm very I am blushing. I'm starting to sweat. So I got to ask you, 1 hour under the belt now. How do you feel?
I'm ready.
Yeah?
This show goes to like 2 this afternoon, right? We have like we're just here now.
All that energy.
I know. What are we gonna? Do you know I have to do online training after this, like the orientation?
Oh, that's not.
Is that
fair.
going to be like a buzzkill? That is. That's a buzz. That's the definition of buzzkill.
But the high that you're experiencing right now, just make sure to take that with you as you go into that mandatory training.
Mandatory online orientation.
You're going to get there and be
I'm
like,
ready.
what's up, everybody?
Everyone's going to be like, it's Monday.
They're going to like, calm down, Romero. Who's that girl in the corner? She needs to chill.
Well, it's so great to have you. We've been so excited. We've been waiting for you.
Yes.
You know, and then we've been practicing and rehearsing for the last week or so. So it's great to have you on board. I have told you in the past that, you know, in this business, you kind of monitor and check out what the competition is doing. You don't become, you know, fixated on it, but, you know, you're watching to see what's going on. And for years, I know we've been fans of your versatility, your skill. You just come across, you're so genuine and authentic and kind. And I think that's why you have such a huge following here. And we're so grateful that you're now on our team.
You haven't even seen me dance.
Ooh, right there.
You booty bumped me the other day.
I did booty bump you, but you have to booty bump back. He just like kept going. I booty bumped him right out of the shot. Like, what, you're supposed to booty bump back?
We'll work on it. We'll coordinate something.
Yeah. You know, usually whenever you have a new person on your team, it takes a little bit for you to, you know, find the groove.
Yeah.
But with this one, she came right in and it felt like family, and it has just been such a nice ride. And hey, it's really your first day.
I know.
So we've got like Friday vibes on a Monday.
That's right.
All right. All right.
I like it.
We got and we got a big morning ahead, so we're gonna have some segments that kind of. Did you know this about Lynette segments, and then rapid fire questions that we've already had with Robin. It was a whole lot of fun. So we got
and
much
I have
more
a surprise for you guys.
We like surprises. Hey,
you'll like it.
All right, all right. Okay, well now I'm like, what are we gonna get?
And I don't like surprises.
All right, you guys. Well, no surprise when it comes to your forecast. I'm here to get you ready for that on this Monday morning. Here's a look at what's going on with the visibility. We've got some very foggy conditions out there right now, especially especially through the San Gabriel Valley and over near Temecula. So throughout the morning, the visibility in Temecula has gone from nil to like a quarter of a mile to a mile. So watch out for foggy spots out there, everyone, as you're headed back to work, taking the kids to school. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. It is fresh. We've got 50s up in Lancaster right now, so put on the sweater. Big Bear, you need the puffy jacket out there. The temperatures for you are at 36 degrees. As we take a live look right now from Echo Park in the downtown LA. Isn't she lovely? That's the city of LA right now. We are seeing some fog really just shrouding the top of the buildings. Gradually, we're going to get to the sunshine. We'll have temperatures that are going to be more comfortable than what they were last week. But the hiccup is the chance for storms. So I'll be back to time that out for you. But right now, we got to show you what's happening on the roads. And you know what? Everybody wants to see Robin Winston looking fierce on the wall. Hey,
it's a party at 5 o'clock in the morning. We are, as the young kids say, turnt. We're having a great time. Lynette's bringing in the party. It's no party right now on the 5. In fact, some folks are not so happy because we're dealing with an overturn accident here in Santa Fe Springs, southbound 5 at Florence Avenue. It just cleared from the right lane over to the shoulder. And even though it's a southbound crash, we have the northbound side, which is a commute direction. There's some heavier traffic here approaching the scene because it's rubbernecking. Nothing's blocked on the northbound side, but everybody's slowing down to look at the flashing light. The emergency crew is dealing with a southbound crash, so it's causing a northbound backup. What does that mean for you? Leave early so you won't be late for work. The 14 is off to a fantastic start. 35 minutes and growing. Palmdale off to the Newhall Pass. South 15 just a little busy leading up to the 138 split. That is normal, but the rest of the trip looks great. And the 91 West rolling out of Riverside, 37 minutes and growing. We'll check more coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, we are following breaking news right now from Ukraine. The country's defense minister is vowing revenge after Russian missiles bombarded Kyiv and several other cities early this morning.
So at least 8 people have been killed and dozens more have been wounded in this first wave of Russian attacks on the part of Ukraine in months. The missiles were launched during the morning rush hour. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says it is time of day that Russia knew it would maximize casualties. Video shows a massive crater in the middle of one of the busiest intersections in Kyiv. Several explosions also happened near the National University and a playground for children. Russian President Vladimir Putin called the deadly missile strikes retaliation for an explosion that happened over the weekend.
Now, that explosion destroyed part of Russia's Kerch Bridge. It's the only bridge linking Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, which Moscow illegally annexed in 2014. Putin referred to the explosion on the bridge as a terrorist attack. He went on to say, quote, if attacks continue against Russia, the response will be harsh. Kyiv has yet to claim responsibility.
5:06 right now. More protests are planned today over the racist and offensive comments made by some LA City Council members.
The comments were leaked over the weekend, and now there are calls for those council members to resign. NBC4's Annette Ariola joins us live now with what was caught on tape and also the swift reaction. Annette.
Hey there, good morning, Lynette, Adrian, hello everybody. In that audio recording, you can hear council members Nury Martinez and Kevin De Leon making racist and disparaging remarks. They were talking about an MLK parade in which their fellow council member Mike Bonin had participated in, along with his young black son. Take a listen.
Bouncing off the effing walls on the floor, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito.
Yeah, these comments Martinez made back in October of last year. You can hear her where she is describing Bonin's son using the Spanish word for monkey. And as soon as that taped conversation was leaked, protesters flocked to her home, demanding that she step down as council president. Martinez released this written apology saying, quote, in a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. The context of this conversation was concern over the redistricting process and concern about the potential negative impact it might have on communities of color. My work speaks for itself. I've worked hard to lead this city through its most difficult time. Now, the LA Times reported that during that taped conversation, De Leon suggested Bonin's son is his accessory, comparing it to Martinez carrying a Louis Vuitton handbag. Last night, we spoke with NBC4's political analyst Ange Marie Hancock to discuss the fallout of this entire scandal. Take a listen.
The racial remarks were extremely damaging in terms of each of these people representing the entire city of Los Angeles. So certainly they represent their districts, and it's not clear whether or not their voters will hold them accountable, but certainly the people of Los Angeles are expecting better from their council members, and certainly their council president.
Bonin reacted to the comments made by Martinez and De Leon, calling them appalling and disgusting, and believes the city council needs to remove Martinez as council president. Now, we do want to point out that it's not clear if anyone else was present during that conversation, exactly who recorded that audio, who leaked it, or if the audio has been altered or edited in any way. Reporting live this morning, I'm at Arriola 4 today in LA. Lynette, Adrian, we'll send it back to you.
Annette, thank you for that. Sky watchers on the hunt for some dramatic photos and videos. They got just exactly what they wanted. Look at that.
Hello.
This is time-lapse video. It doesn't even look real, right? It's the hunter's moon. It rose over the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Wow. October's full moon is called the hunter's moon because many Native Americans believe it signaled the time to go hunting in preparation for the cold winter months ahead.
All right, so we're doing the whole get to know you thing going on today. So then I wanted to ask, I know this is a little early, but sunrise or sunsets?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Sunrise.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, sunrise.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, you know, everything goes back. It seems like it's sad, but so when my mom passed away, it was right before sunrise, and it was a very, whenever you're with someone who is going to die, and we'd been with her for many days before she passed away, and this was just in January, and I was with her, and I just kept saying to her, Mom, the sun is rising, go with the sun. And then every morning when I see the sunrise, I'll think of you. Gararlo, grab it and go with the sun. So I do. I think of her every time I see sunrise.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I love sunrise. And now, now I'm here for the sunrise every morning. So I will wake up early because it was awfully dark coming in this morning. So what time is it? It's usually like 6:30ish, right?
Yes, it's around 6:32. That's
is it?
Maybe that time of year where it's later and later, right? And then that means we got to change the clocks back.
Because we're not going to see the sun set very often. Last night I was trying to go to bed and the sun wasn't even close to setting.
I don't remember the last time I saw a sunset. I wake up, it's the next day.
Yep. For folks, the reason is we have to be in bed before the sun goes down, so we could be up when it's dark outside.
Otherwise, we're going to melt.
Have you ever been to this thing called Happy Hour?
What is this?
I hear it's really fun, but I've never been to
That's how we need to brand our show. It's the Happy Hour.
The Happy Hour. Happy Hour somewhere.
We're not there.
All righty, guys. Well, while we wait for the sunrise, let's go and get this day. We've got a great forecast when it comes to your temperatures, more comfortable than where we were last week. Finally, it's going to feel like fall. It feels like Mother Nature has just had us stuck in summer mode, but we have a cooling trend on the horizon. Now, there is a catch. We have a chance for some storms in the mountains, deserts, and also, believe it or not, in the Inland Empire. So if you have to be on the site today and the next coming days, actually, then you got to be weather aware. We also have those morning clouds, that gloom to start off the day, but gradually we'll get to sunshine. There's also some areas of fog, especially in the Inland Empire. So let's scroll through your day hour by hour. Here's the Inland Empire, where you have some clear skies, cool temperatures in the 60s. Not looking at any big rain chances to start off the day. It's not until we get into the afternoon where areas, especially close to the San Jacinto Mountains in the foothills, where you could see some rain. So like near Hemet, like Elsinore, Temecula, around that area. Early afternoon, here we go. We've got that sunshine, only a small chance for some storms, but I'm not going to call it a cool day. It is cooler from where we were last week. Warm still, so you may still need to put on that AC, especially in the valleys and Inland Empire, where we have 80s, 90s in Lancaster. Big Bear has 66, 70s around the city. Over in Orange County, you have 80s, and then close to the coast, you'll have 70s. Air quality doing good, but once again, when you look off towards the mountains, it looks a little hazy. So we're going to have moderate air quality for the valleys, good air quality close to the coast and near Riverside, Lake Elsinore. Unhealthy for sensitive groups, so limit your time outside if you have respiratory issues. 512. It is 512. That means it's time for traffic. So here's Robin.
You want some traffic? I'll give you some traffic. And it's good news, actually, this time around. The biggest problem that I've been monitoring is an overturned accident, Santa Fe Springs, southbound 5 at Florence Avenue. We had 2 lanes of traffic blocked. It is out of the way. Southbound traffic has recovered, but the northbound side, that's the commute direction. It's picking up, and we had some rubbernecking going on. So you'll notice that the northbound side of the 5 is heavier than the southbound side, and that's where we had the crash. But at least the crash is out of the way. Get out there early. That's not the only sluggish spot. If you take the 91, you know, our folks that live out in Riverside and they travel west on the 91, they have a long trip. It's a long commute, so they get out there early, and it's already stacking up as you work your way into Corona. So we'll say 40 minutes and growing from the 215 over to the 5, and that's without any big issues. It's just commute traffic, folks. Here's another slow spot, southbound 15 leaving Hesperia, approaching the 138 split, busier by the minute. We're at 32 minutes right now for your drive time, and yes, it's going to go up. We'll check more freeways coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. Still ahead, a woman sets a new running record, and it is an incredible victory.
Yeah, we got the marathon time that she just beat. Has us sweating just thinking about it. Right? That is coming up.
Smith goes down. Looks like he collapses.
Also, a more cautious approach to concussions, how the NFL is changing the game when it comes to player safety. That's next on Today in LA.
On the next Texas Daily, Oliver Hudson dishes on his hit show, The Cleaning Lady, but do not miss this Kurt Goldie bedroom bombshell.
I had a moment walking in on
Still etched in there.
Oh, I can see it all.
Next Texas Daily.
Today at 1 on NBC4.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah. And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
With 42,000 Angelinos on the streets, homelessness is a humanitarian crisis. The LA Times says Rick Caruso's plan is bigger. Based on dignity, care, and common sense, Caruso will declare a state of emergency, add 30,000 beds in 300 days, build hundreds of thousands of affordable homes, expand mental health services, and add 500 new sanitation workers to clean our streets. Let's fix homelessness now. Rick Caruso for mayor.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He will come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
When you're traveling with 3 kids and pretty much everything they own,
Hi guys, welcome.
it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
It'd be hard to say somebody's enthusiastic about football as I am, but Hannah's got to be pretty close. Me and the tailgate gang before every game order
3 strawberry milkshakes, no toppings.
for good luck.
He doesn't even have to order them. I know exactly what he wants. One weekend, you had forgotten to get those milkshakes, and then we lost the game. And then the next weekend, he came back. The milkshakes were left sitting on the table.
Here she comes running behind me. Mr. Chip, you forgot your strawberry milkshakes again. My 3 shakes. That is neat.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy.
Yeah.
And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Monk and Bones, every weekday afternoon on Cozy TV. Interesting. 3 hours of Monk, followed by 3 hours of Bones.
We are quite a team.
Monk and Bones on Cozy TV.
Did you know Lynette's wedding was featured in a bridal magazine? They asked her many months after her nuptials and then wanted her to pose on the cover. Already pregnant, she put her wedding dress back on for this photo shoot. She looks stunning. And did you know Lynette just became a Halloween makeup expert by watching YouTube videos? Check out her ghoulish works of art. She'll need to make up our team next. News anchor turned Halloween makeup artist. Now you know.
You are good at doing the makeup. Wow.
I loved doing the whole we were zombies. And so Olivia wanted to have a gash on her cheek, she'd been sliced, a gash on her cheek and a bullet in her head.
Okay.
So,
oh my God, my kids
Because
would
one
love
wasn't
that.
enough, right?
I think Thea Lynette needs to do their makeup. The boys would love this for Halloween.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Okay, these are some of the favorite things that I wanted to bring you guys.
Wow,
I got you guys tumblers with our pictures on them.
I've never had my picture on a tumbler.
Yes.
This is so cool.
This is a DIY tumbler, and I'm going to get you guys another one that's coming. It's taking a little bit of time. So this is iced coffee that's already in there that I get at Costco. And then this is an oat creamer. I didn't know that you guys are lactose intolerant, but I'm so glad.
We have issues.
This is brown sugar. It's creamer, not milk, so you don't need a ton.
Okay.
It's kind of sweet, but go ahead.
And I don't like iced coffee. I'm doing this for you. I'm being open-minded.
Okay, just a little bit. Don't do too much. And then there you go. You can stir it with that. Here you go.
All right.
Okay, pass on the creamer.
And then we'll pass the.
Can I keep the
stir?
straw?
Nope.
No? Okay.
This is a stir for everybody to stir.
You don't get to keep
There you go.
thank
Stir it. And then the other thing that I brought you guys are my most favorite ever chocolate chip cookies. These are from Bristol Farms.
And they're huge.
They're ginormous. You said the size of your head.
Right, size of your head.
And that they have to be. Oh, see, they're even. Look at that.
They're coming
they're
apart.
really
They're so
gooey.
gooey. Yeah. I could take that piece.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my
it's so,
goodness.
It's warm and gooey
still?
because we just put it in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love microwave cookies. I always do that.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Here you go, babe.
Thank
There's
you.
for you.
Thank you so much.
And then I'll take
Okay. And then you guys can give it a try and see what you think.
Okay.
What are
All
we
right,
doing
she's
first?
been teasing us about this coffee for a while. So
See if you like it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, you got to mix yours?
Yeah.
Here we go. Salud. Salud. Cheers to Lynette.
Cheers.
Salud.
That's first day. Hey. Oops, is that bad luck frosting?
Oh, I see you.
You like
I
it?
see you,
Yeah, I love
yes.
You might need a little more creamer because it's
And
kind of
sugar. I need 10 packs of sugar.
Oh, then you need more creamer. Then you need more creamer because it's
Okay.
sweet. Okay, try the cookies.
Okay.
Together
There's
with
your
the
sweet. You can dip
cookies.
them in the cookies.
Oh, I like that idea.
Cheers, everyone. What are you having for breakfast? We have
Cookies?
more sugar for us to get through the morning.
Like we didn't have enough energy already today.
There's
Right?
like a little salt on the top.
These are so good.
Yay.
Excellent. Thank
When do
you.
you? Is this like a cheat meal for you, or like?
I just broke my fast with yes.
It's a special occasion, though,
Best
right?
way to break a fast
Yeah,
is
with
with you
cookies.
guys.
Yummy. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so
Just a
kind
few
and
of my
thoughtful
favorite
of you.
things.
Do we get this every day?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, you guys go ahead and eat your cookies,
I'll
drink the
hold this
coffee.
for you.
No. I know how you like to take
Don't
this
trust
with
him
you.
with the cookie.
And we were talking about sunrise a while ago, so let's take a look at that sunrise time. It's going to happen at 6:54. Yes, it's getting later and later, and the sun is setting earlier at 6:25. So today we've got 11 hours, 30 minutes of daylight. What are we going to do with it? Make the best of it. And have a great day. So we're starting off with the gray skies, but gradually we're going to get to the sunshine. Some spots are going to see those clouds again develop in the afternoon because of a chance for storms. So if you have any lunch meetings at the coast around noon, we'll have 73 degrees. I'm going to call it nice. The basin in Orange County will have some nice conditions at that time, 78. Inland, we'll get that chance for storms in the Inland Empire around noon with temperatures there around 80 degrees. And here's the deal. The chance of storms is going to be for the Inland Empire, the deserts, the mountains with brief downpours, possible gusty winds and dangerous lightning. Remember, our NBC LA app will help you plan ahead and keep you guys safe. The main precaution here, of course, is that when thunder roars, go indoors. So here we are starting off the day with gray skies. Gradually, we'll get to that sunshine around noon. You'll need the sunglasses, and we'll start to see those clouds develop in the mountains, especially over near Big Bear. Chance for storms develops in the deserts as well in the early afternoon hours. And then look at Hemet, looking at that rain potentially by 4 p.m. So if you're maybe taking the kids to practice or picking them up at school, then you might notice those angry clouds overnight and through tomorrow morning. Here we are again with that marine layer in areas of fog. So I'll keep you posted. Here's a 7-day forecast showing some nicer, more comfortable conditions in the coming days. I think we can already start incorporating some flannel into our wardrobe. We've got upper 70s, low 80s for the basin in Orange County. The coast will have temperatures in the 70s, getting cooler as we head into the weekend. The valleys in Inland Empire will have temperatures generally in the low to mid 80s. And in the Inland Empire, added a chance for some afternoon storms there today and tomorrow. And the weather is cooling off even more as we head into the weekend with highs in the low 80s. Over in the high desert and low desert, you've got temperatures that are going to be more pleasant than last week. No more triple digits in the low desert. We have a chance for storms each afternoon in the high desert. Same goes for the mountains, where your temperatures the next several days are going to be in the 60s, and the morning temperatures are going to be chilly in the 30s. It's 5:22. Grab your cup of coffee and get out on the roads. Here's Robin Winston.
I was trying to be good at multitasking, so I was like eating my cookie and walking over and checking traffic at the same time. I hope I don't have chocolate in my teeth right now. It's so good. We're off to the 110. We're checking in on the drive here, rolling out of South LA. This is your commute passing Manchester, and you'll notice that the headlights and the taillights are filling in, and quickly. It's about that time, right, folks? Getting on out there. It's getting a little busy, but it's not bad, not yet. Checking your drive time from the 405 to the 101, it's still under 15 minutes, so that's fairly quick. But within the next 30 minutes to an hour, it may be double. The 101 is wide open and trouble-free. The 10 is looking good, too. That trip from the 5 to the 405 or heading toward West LA, it's wide open in under 15 minutes. The 5 still looks great coming out of the Santa Clarita Valley, Valencia, on down to Sun Valley, through Burbank, heading to the airport. That's going to be a nice drive. The 14, it is busy. We have a lot of folks rolling out of Palmdale right now, so they're out there early, as you should be. That's the right thing to do. We're just under 40 minutes from Palmdale over to the Newhall Pass, and then we're checking your drive on the 405. Sometimes it's just not fun, but if you get out there right now, it's going to be easy. 22 minutes from the 118 to the 105. Adrian?
Right, Robin, thank you. 5:23 right now. Well, the NFL has new concussion rules designed to keep players safe. It comes after the Dolphins starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffered a serious injury on the field.
Oh, my goodness. That's an awful, awful sight to see.
So Tagovailoa was taken to the sidelines, but then allowed back into the game after doctors ruled that he had not suffered a concussion. So this is a decision that upset a lot of fans. They were really worried about him because he was wobbly, as you saw him fall to the ground there. Well, now a player will not be allowed back on the field if they show symptoms of ataxia. That is a brain disorder that can cause unsteady balance, impaired coordination, slurred speech. But will these new rules really make a difference?
Whether it makes the NFL safer or not, that's hard to say. But clearly, they had to act given the public outcry and the appearance that they were putting players back on the field concussed.
Now, players will also be required to get follow-up medical care if there is any sign of a concussion.
We now have a brand new American women's marathon record holder. Emily Sizian finished the Chicago Marathon yesterday in 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 29 seconds. Wow. She beat the previous record by more than 40 seconds. Surprisingly, though, she did not win the race. What? She finished second to a Kenyan runner who just missed the world record. This year's Chicago Marathon saw more than 40,000 participants from all 50 states and over 100 countries.
My mind is blown. People who can run that distance at that speed,
right?
I can't even comprehend it.
I know. She deserves a chocolate chip cookie. For sure.
You got some for her. Like giant, right?
For sure.
Yeah. All right. It is 5:25 right now. Still ahead, Amazon Prime Day 2.0.
That's right. We're talking about 48 hours of deals. There's some great gift ideas. You know, we're just saying we love it.
And you want to talk about a false alarm? We're going to explain why your phone might call 911 automatically the next time you're on a ride here at Universal Studios. That's next on Today in LA. We'll be right back.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. And this proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
You don't want an AC tune-up. You want a system rejuvenation. Say it again, Kenny. Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation involves a complete system inspection.
And we clean the outside coils the right way, not the easy way. And make 6 critical adjustments so your system uses less energy and lasts longer.
Rejuvenation.
GETTL. GOETTL.
Will keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
For a limited time, get a rejuvenation for only $129.
GETTL. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
I'm a coastal lodge. That might sound fancy, but I'm pretty down to earth. No flashy lights or big city noise here. I'm looking for someone who enjoys the soothing sounds of the ocean and taking in the view. I might have a rocky exterior, but I've got soft pillows and breakfast on the house. So if you're looking for a warm place to stay, toss another log on the fire.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
With an Invisalign smile, everything clicks. And that class reunion becomes...
Is that Anna?
Invis is the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner and more predictable results. Invisalign.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Bring on the zest with fire-roasted tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit.
I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too. I love Tito's tacos. What else can you do? You can also try delicious burritos, chips and salsa enchiladas. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. The only thing better than a Tito's taco is stew. I love Tito's tacos. You love Tito's too.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
5:28 right now. It turns out the new crash detection feature on the iPhone 14 has an unexpected side effect. It is dialing 911 automatically while people are on roller coasters. So according to the Wall Street Journal, authorities have been called out to theme parks on several occasions. So what's the problem here? The feature actually mistakes the ride's twists and turns and hard braking for real emergencies.
See, which is why my nightmare about roller coasters reminds me of the helicopter crash.
Yes.
Same thing for an iPhone.
Yeah, so evidently this thing calls 911 if you don't dismiss an alert after 20 seconds, and it sends your location to authorities.
Oh, no.
So I'm sure they're getting flooded with phone calls from people who are on these roller coasters. We're told there are a few workarounds, like putting your phone on airplane mode. You can do that, or you can just disable the crash feature altogether.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes.
All right. Get ready to shop till you drop. I love this. Amazon's second Prime Day event of the year kicks off tomorrow. Similar to the event in July, new and existing Prime members can expect Black Friday prices on everything from fashion and tech to home essentials and even kitchen items. The exclusive 48-hour sale runs through Wednesday. The survey finds 3/4 of consumers plan to buy holiday gifts during Prime Day instead of waiting for Black Friday.
So you're a big online shopper?
I love Amazon.
Yeah?
I do. At Costco, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I do pretty well.
Okay.
I don't love
Taking
malls
all these
as much,
mental
but
notes, right?
Mental notes.
Yeah. All right, 5:30 right now. Imagine heading to your favorite desert destination without having to deal with that drive.
Coming up, we've got the billion-dollar plan that would take you to Palm Springs by rail.
First, though, back in front of a judge. He's already been convicted of rape in New York, and now disgraced movie maker Harvey Weinstein. Well, his trial starts here in L.A. We're live with what's expected to happen in court next on Today in L.A.
Many will consider your love for the remarkably fresh taste of Mutti tomatoes to be unusual. Pay them no mind. Mutti, when you know, you know.
You better move if you wanna go. Go ahead, yeah, on a roll. Turn up, yeah, listen to it. You better do it if you're gonna do it. Yeah, I never seen something like this, no. Never seen nothing.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson comes standard with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Diamonds still at bargain prices. Half-carat solitaires are $4.99, 1 carat $9.90, 2 carat $12.50 per carat, plus 1 carat studs $5.99. And the guaranteed lowest prices on thousands of GIA diamonds. Buy direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Tustin.
No job is too big, no job is too small.
We can fix them all.
Our trucks come fully stocked. We have everything that we need to fix any garage door the same day. It's like a warehouse on wheels.
If you need us, Precision's here for you. We're here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Numbers move you, but some can stop you in your tracks, like the tens of thousands of people who were diagnosed with certain HPV-related cancers. For most people, HPV clears on its own, but for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers. Gardasil 9 is a vaccine given to adults through age 45 that can help protect against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. Your doctor may recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers. Women still need routine cervical cancer screenings. You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine, its ingredients, or are allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system, are pregnant, or plan to be. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat. Fainting can also happen. Help protect what counts. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about Gardasil 9.
Many will consider your love for the remarkably fresh taste of mutti tomatoes to be unusual. Pay them no mind. Mutti, when you know, you know.
Today in LA at 5:30 starts now.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It is just about 5:33 on this Monday morning as we take a live look at beautiful San Pedro. It's a holiday for a lot of people today. It feels like one for us here today as well because the last piece of our Today in LA puzzle is in place. She is here. It is official. Welcome, Lynette.
Thank you, guys. I like that. I like the piece of the puzzle.
You complete us.
So Jerry Maguire. I can't look at you because she's got chocolate on her face.
I was gonna say something, but I was like, I'll wait until off air.
It's so sexy. It looks like a little mole.
They're saying you look like Marilyn Monroe.
It's in Marilyn. Happy birthday to. Well, I mean, if you're just joining us, which I'm sure you're not, you've been with us since earlier. Lynette brought out these hubcaps of chocolate chip cookies, and I'm a messy eater, so I got some on my lip. And it's still, I'm saving it for later. That's what it was.
You're not alone.
But they were so good.
Yes, they are. I was trying to do traffic and eat cookies at the same time, and I had chocolate all over my teeth. I'm like, I can't go on air like this. I'm a mess.
And then we did.
They're so good. They're so good. Yeah.
So I have crumbs on my dress, but it's okay. Let's save those for later too, right? Yeah, exactly. All righty, guys. Well, it is a beautiful day here because we've got our Lynette, and we're excited for you to join us. We're going to be learning more about her throughout the morning. Let's get to your weather because we've got a deep marine layer this morning, and it's causing some spots of low visibility. So right now through the San Gabriel Valley, it is hard to see. It's also pretty foggy over in Temecula where you're down to about a mile of visibility. So if you're hitting the roads, headed to work, dropping off the kids at school, it looks a little spooky out there. Here is the view from our home on the Universal City lot. And the view right now is showing some very cloudy skies, some foggy conditions over the Hollywood Hills. Gradually, we're going to get to the sunshine. The clearing is going to happen slowly. Bring the sweater if you're leaving the house. You've got 60s. This afternoon, the temperature is much better than last week. It's finally feeling like fall. But the one thorn in our paw, we have a chance for some storms. So I'll be back to time them out for you. 5:35. Let's check out our friend Robin Winston. Did you take the chocolate off your teeth?
No, it's still there. Just don't look. I'm going to do traffic like this with my mouth closed. We're off to the 5 for checking your commute here, heading into and out of Downey, and it's definitely picking up. It's getting heavier by the minute, not just for the northbound side, which is the commute direction, but I see a lot of taillights too. This is not bad. It's just a sign that more folks are hitting the road. The commute's officially underway, so get on out there. We're checking your drive time, and it's 15 minutes, which is not bad for northbound 5 from the 605 to the 10. The 710 and the 605 both in fantastic shape. We'll peek at more freeways and more drive times coming up in a little bit. Lynette, Adrian, back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. 5:36 right now. Happening today, disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein heads to court in downtown L.A. to face a second trial for rape.
He's charged with 11 counts of rape and sexual assault here in Los Angeles, dating back to 2004. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live outside the courthouse in downtown L.A. with more on this. Lauren, good morning.
Lynette, Adrian, good morning. It's the start of an 8-week trial here in downtown, and District Attorney George Gascon actually released a statement to NBC News. Take a look. It reads in part, quote, "I want to assure every victim in Los Angeles that holding sexual assailants accountable, no matter their power, wealth, or status, is a priority in my office," unquote. Former film producer, 70-year-old Harvey Weinstein, is already behind bars after a conviction in New York, but is appealing that case. Here in L.A., he's charged with 4 counts of rape and 7 other sexual assault counts involving 5 women. Several women are expected to share their stories in court during the 2-month trial. Attorney Gloria Allred weighing in.
This day is long overdue for Mr. Weinstein to appear in a Los Angeles County courtroom on these very serious charges against him.
Weinstein has always maintained his innocence, pleading not guilty in New York and here in L.A. The trial, by the way, marks 5 years to the day after those bombshell allegations against Weinstein ignited the Me Too movement. The jury selection is expected to begin here at 9:30 this morning and will likely last until about 4:15 tonight. Reporting live in downtown, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in L.A.
All right, Lauren, thank you. 5:38 right now. Well, how would you like to skip the traffic next time you head to Palm Springs? There's a new proposal for a Coachella Valley rail service. It would cost about $1 billion, but it would offer train rides from L.A. to Palm Springs. And, of course, desert dwellers could then ride west to catch a Dodger game. The rail service would run 144 miles from downtown LA's Union Station to the Coachella Valley. But don't start looking for tickets just yet, because if this is to become a reality, it's probably going to take about a decade. Right, 5:38 right now. Today's such an exciting day for not only us here on Today in LA, but for many, many of our viewers and many of Lynette's legions of fans. I know that they've been counting the days to see your reemergence on local news.
Where you been, girl?
Yes,
I've been here. I've been here. It's been really fun, and I introduced you guys to Jim Lanahan,
who's awesome,
who is a super news fan. He loves news, and he has been getting to know you guys. And he said he wanted to do this watch party. There have been a lot of people who've been saying, "I'm setting my alarm. I'm setting my Alexa, make sure I'm up early at 4 a.m. on Monday morning." And so he's like, "How about if we do a watch party?" And so this is really cool because we decided to join the Instagram live watch party, and there were 500 people watching.
Yeah. That's a party at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right?
That's a real party.
So check it out.
You guys are absolutely killing it. You look gorgeous. Everybody's obsessed with the tie matching the dress. Everybody's obsessed. And then Robin and Bellen apparently did all our coordination. By the way, everybody is mildly obsessed with Robin doing the traffic, the way she stands there looking fierce, girl.
Yeah. Love it. And Belen is full of sunshine. And then he said, everybody has a crush on you, Adrian.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Hey, you're also getting a lot of reaction on Twitter. This tweet's coming in from Mega Jewel, who writes, yes, NBCLA, you have got a national treasure.
Yep.
I had the honor to be her intern 10 years ago, and typically people would just say that they support you, but Lynette shows her support through action.
Mega, thank you,
yes,
sweetheart. She's a part of our family, actually. You know, when you meet someone that can make a difference, like she always says, she made a difference. I made a difference in her life. She made a difference in my life too. So you learn a lot from your interns.
Yes.
You learn a lot from people that you meet. So she's
what
a sweetheart.
testament.
I got this funny tweet that somebody sent that just made me laugh. This guy says, let me see if it comes in. He said that he's up watching early and he doesn't want to go to work. He's like, I really don't want to go to work now. I want to continue to watch. It's time for him to go to work. I said, I really love that. But please don't get in trouble with your boss.
Yes, don't get fired, please.
No.
Don't get in trouble. Go to work.
Download the NBCLA app and take it with you.
But
Watch us all the way to
Almost
work.
Oh, but what a privilege, you know, that, you know, our viewers are tuning in and they want to watch that long. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And Lynette, we've been talking about this throughout the morning, that even though we met for the first time at our promo shoot, immediately we bonded and the chemistry started from there. And it's just been so easy for you to become part of our team. So we're looking forward to this journey with you.
When we all showed up in ruffles,
That's what
was love at first
all of
sight.
us,
All
right?
of us.
All four
I mean,
of
we
us.
were showing our ruffles. Your ruffles weren't showing, but we were showing our ruffles.
It was meant to be, right? You guys are just on the same wavelength.
When you're
She knows what
vibing and you show up in the same clothes and the same colors and you don't even plan it, you know that it's a good vibe and it's a family affair.
Yeah,
That's true. That's exactly right.
All right. Well, all right. Welcome to the family, everybody. Our Today in LA family. It's 5:42. Where's the morning going? It is going by so quick.
Yes.
Let's take a look at your weather for today. We've got the forecast for the school day for the kiddos. They're going to need the hoodies this morning. I know my kid is always saying, Mom, can I wear the hoodie today? Can I wear it today? Papi, today is the day to take the hoodie to school. As they're headed off, the temperatures are going to be at 65 degrees around lunchtime in Downey. We're looking at temperatures around 78. And by the time they're heading home, temperatures are going to be around 82 degrees in Downey. Here's a look at the current conditions. It is a nice fresh start for any of those bike rides, those jogs. If you have to wait at the bus stop this morning, bring the sweater. You've got 60s and 50s on the map, 50s up in the desert. So put on that hoodie if you're headed out to maybe walk the dog. 58 in Lancaster. Big Bear has 36 degrees. Let's scroll through your day hour by hour. Over in Orange County, Buenos Dias, you've got the cloud cover, calm winds, cool temperatures. We'll start to see the sunshine around midday. Temperatures at that time will be at 73 degrees. And here we are in the early afternoon hours with temperatures close to 80 degrees and mostly sunny conditions. Now, the highs for today, thankfully, they're much more comfortable than last week. Now, I'm not going to call it a cool day for you in the valleys and Inland Empire. When you have 80s, that's still warm, but thankfully we don't have any 90s. Definitely no triple digits. Highs mainly in the 70s and 80s. And it's going to get even cooler later this week. The one hiccup, that chance for storms, I'll be back to time those out for you. 5:43, let's talk about traffic. Here's our friend Robin.
Oh, the weather gets cooler, the traffic gets slower. There's nothing we can do about it but warn you and give you a heads up. It's only going to get busier. We're checking it on the 60. This is your drive passing Hacienda Boulevard. And you see that long line of headlights there. It's only going to get heavier. So get on out there while the getting is good. We are taking a little peek at your drive time for the 60 in the westbound direction out of Riverside to Diamond Bar. It is under 30 minutes. The 10, I like it. Fantastic. 31 minutes Colton to Pomona. The 91, no issues. But these folks have a long drive, right? They come out of Riverside. They get out there early. It's 45 minutes and growing from the 215 heading over to the 5 and connecting into Buena Park. The 57 is picking up, but it's not bad. The 605 and the 710, light, quiet, wide open for your driving pleasure. We'll peek in more freeways coming up. Lynette, Adrian, back to you.
All right. You ready for a little Elvis?
Okay, let's see. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do an Elvis impression?
I can only do the little.
A
A little less conversation.
little more music. We got the all-day. We got the all-day tribute to the king of rock and roll. That is coming up next.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah. And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Tonight, Karen Bass is on the defense following allegations of corruption.
The scholarship is critical to prosecutors' bribery case.
Federal prosecutors say Bass took a $95,000 scholarship from the same corrupt USC dean who pled guilty to bribing Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas. After receiving the gift, federal prosecutors say Bass sponsored the dean's priority legislation that would drive millions of taxpayer dollars to USC. Karen Bass, more of the same corruption at City Hall.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind.
Hey, Mom, can I go play video games?
Sure.
After homework.
Thankfully, Voya provides comprehensive solutions and shows me how to get the most out of my workplace benefits.
What's the Wi-Fi password again?
Here you go.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control. Because I do.
Oh, she is good. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Have diabetes? Know where your glucose is? With the Freestyle Libre 3 system, know your glucose and where it's heading. No finger sticks needed. Now the world's smallest and thinnest sensor sends your glucose levels directly to your smartphone. Manage your diabetes with more confidence and lower your A1C. Now you know. Freestyle Libre 3. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You do it all. One dose of Ubrelvy quickly stops migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Broken wire cuts or gums. Emergency trips are zero fun. This could be a sign to get Invisalign. Invis is trauma-free. The #1 doctor recommended clear aligner brand. Invisalign.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Be a story they'll talk about tomorrow.
Be the story that shapes how we see the world.
And how the world sees us.
Be an inspiration in your community.
Be the future story waiting to be written.
Waiting to be told to future generations.
Celebremos nuestra herencia hispana.
Be
the next
story told.
.547, welcome back, everybody. All right, Lynette, how's that seat feeling? Is it hot yet?
Hot.
It's about to get hotter,
Hot.
all right? Because
My
we're going
buddy's
back to
hot.
our rapid fire.
Drum roll.
It's my
You
good.
got questions, right?
I got some questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
What is your favorite way to spend a day off?
Oh. No makeup and a ponytail.
Yes. And doing?
Nothing.
Best days
Isn't
ever.
that the best? I'm with
Yeah,
you.
if I could I will brush my teeth, but that's about it.
That's
like
it.
honestly, I just no makeup, a ponytail, comfy clothes, chilling. I take the dogs for a walk. We do a little loop. We say hello to downtown LA, and if it's a clear day, you can see the ocean.
Yeah.
In Laurel Canyon, you go up in the canyon.
Nice.
And then I just nada.
Don't
do anything.
We wake up at some early hours, so just being able to lounge and veg and reset for the week ahead. I hear you. I like that too. Okay, what is a bucket list location and why?
Greece. David's always wanted to go to Greece, and so we're going to do that one day. I don't know when.
Yeah.
When I accumulate enough vacation at my new job, and my boss lets me go.
We've been meaning to talk to you about that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Have you guys ever been to Greece?
No.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go with you. Yeah, those the little white and blue little,
Like Santorini, right?
Yeah, I just think
Mykonos.
that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then here's the last one. Your top 3. It's gonna be hard to narrow it down.
Okay.
Your top 3 favorite TV series.
TV series. Oh.
There's so many great ones out there. So of all time, let's see. It doesn't have to be something that's out there right now.
Of all time.
Good question.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be hard to narrow it down.
I really did like Sons of Anarchy.
So, me too.
I did.
Hello, Charlie Hunnam. Yeah.
Hello. I liked. It makes it. Oh my gosh! Some of them are kind of. I liked Breaking Bad.
Yes.
A little bit violent, right?
Yeah.
This is all violent. Sesame Street. I don't know.
You can mix it up. I feel like you were just saying that, Lynette. I don't know if you really believe that.
These are great shows, though. Yeah, especially the Breaking Bad one. I've been wanting to see that one.
It's
so
a good
awesome.
one.
I think it's the best. It might have been the best drama of
Really?
all time.
You think
Yeah,
so?
Yeah.
David's tried to get into it, but it's really hard. You think that you could watch it again, but you can't
Yeah.
because you know what's going to happen. And so then, we start watching. I'm like, oh, and then he does it. Oh, wait. He's like, don't tell me. So he wants to catch up, but now I can't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good shows.
Okay,
Those are good shows.
Did you learn more about Lynette by her TV choices?
I'm not as sweet at it as I might look, but I do like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Sesame Street character?
Oh.
Oscar.
Oscar the Grouch, of course.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Right?
I'm joking.
Yours?
Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster?
Cookie Monster, perfect.
I have a picture with the Cookie Monster when I was in preschool. It wasn't made the paper, and I was looking at him like, it's so funny. I have to bring it in
wanna
one
see
day.
that.
I really like Cookie Monster.
And you?
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Oh.
I love Mr.
fitting.
Snuffleupagus. Although someone said
Touchy-feely.
that he's not really real. He's definitely
real.
real.
Oh, he's real. Who said that?
I know, he is real.
It's real.
Right over there.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. And of course, we're going to have more rapid fire questions coming up at 5 a.m. So we're going to take a look at the weather today. And last night we had the Hunter's Moon in San Pedro. This is a cool shot from one of our photographer contributors. Thank you so much to Christine for always sharing your pictures with us. And hey, if you'd like to see your pictures right here on Today in LA, then use that hashtag NBCLA or find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. If you guys have any weather questions, also reach out. I am here for you. Good air quality today for the most part, moderate in the valleys. So when you look off towards the mountain range, it's going to be kind of hard to see the silhouette of the mountains, and it's going to be unhealthy for sensitive groups in parts of the Inland Empire. So if you have respiratory issues, then don't spend too much time outside because that could be damaging for your health. Chance for rain today, mainly in the mountains, also for the deserts and for the IE. Look at how the chance of rain starts going up around the middle of the day for Big Bear. So we'll be at a 20% around 1 p.m. and then around 3 p.m. at 40%. Let's take a closer look at the timing of those storms and also when that marine layer burns off. Right now, we've got that patchy fog inland for the valleys, the Inland Empire, San Gabriel Valley, also out towards the area near Temecula. It's pretty foggy out there right now. And then here we are at noon where we've got sunshine for most of us, but the clouds start to develop in the mountains. And during the early afternoon, chance for storms in the deserts. Storms that could produce some gusty winds, some heavy downpours at times, and also some lightning. So when thunder roars, go indoors. Around 4 p.m., chance for storms out towards Hemet. So keep an eye to the sky over in the Inland Empire. You could see some stormy weather, maybe a stray shower through the San Fernando Valley, and then overnight and through tomorrow morning, you got the marine layer back. So tomorrow morning, it's going to be another cloudy start. How about the temperatures? Those have been toasty lately, right? Still going to be warm this week, but not as hot. We'll have highs in the mid to upper 80s in Santa Clarita all the way through Friday. Then a bigger cool down happens this weekend. So I know it's only Monday, but let's give ourselves something to look forward to, that cool down and maybe those pumpkin patches, any of those fall activities. The forecast for the Basin in Orange County, quiet in the coming days and comfortable in the 70s. If you want to do the Halloween decorations, well, I think the weather will be just fine for that, for you to get outdoors. The coast will have temperatures in the 70s with the morning clouds and fog to start each day. The valleys in IE, you've got 80s, but we have the chance for storms in the Inland Empire today and tomorrow. In the deserts, chance for storms the next 3 days with temperatures generally in the upper 80s, low 90s. The low deserts, you're going to have highs in the 90s. And in the mountains, that's where we got sweater weather, a chance for storms each afternoon all the way through Wednesday. Woo! I'm out of breath. Let's toss it to our friend Robin. Hey, how's traffic?
Hey, you know, I called today Shmonday. So my brain is in Sunday. Physically, I'm here on Monday, so I just put the two together, Shmonday, because it's a struggle sometimes. We're off to Linwood. Just got a word of a new accident here, westbound 105 at Wilmington Avenue. No lane information, but we do have injuries reported. We do have traffic backing up. It's almost backed up to the 710. I'll give you more details when they come through, but leave early if you take the 105, especially if you use it to get to the airport. Your drive time already up to almost 30 minutes from the 605 heading over to LAX, so that just shot up quickly. The 210, it's looking good. Making your way out of Glendora to the 134. The 10 getting busy. Busy does not mean bad. 16 minutes and growing from the 5 over to the 405. And there's also a trouble spot in Commerce. Now your drive on the 5 northbound, it was already picking up. Now you have a new crash in the way near the 710 split. Your left lane is blocked, and look at that backup several miles leading up to the scene. And even beyond the scene, it's going to stay heavy as you continue northbound on the 5. So another reason to leave early. We're at 31 minutes and growing for northbound 5 from the 605 to the 134. We'll have more of Lynette. We'll have more weather. We'll have more traffic news, all that good stuff coming up after the break. Stay with us.
This morning, it's a can't miss morning on Today. Julia Roberts and George Clooney on their rom-com reunion. Jamie Lee Curtis gets us Halloween ready. And we go inside the game with Baltimore Ravens great Justin Tucker. This morning on Today.
I'm a Vegas hotel. I know what you're thinking. It's cool. I don't want anything long-term either. Just a few nights of fun. I'm looking for someone who will let loose, dress up a little, see a show, order the steak and the lobster. Some people say I'm excessive, but who cares? I just want to enjoy some late nights and some very late checkouts. Think you can keep up?
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He will come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly. When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare. It matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Research shows that people remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Look what I brought!
Liberty Mutual! They customize your home insurance!
So you only pay for what you need! Young people having a good time with insurance! Young people, good times, insurance!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Here's why doctors, nurses, and patients
urge you to vote no on Prop 29.
29 would shut down dialysis clinics throughout California that my patients rely on for regular treatment,
risking my patients' lives
and the lives of 80,000 other dialysis patients.
Join the American Nurses Association California
and the California Medical Association.
Stop the dangerous dialysis proposition.
Vote no on 29.
Please vote no.
Loud garage doors sound like bump, 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 bump. Usually customers don't know that their garage doors are loud until we get there and we fix it, and then they're like, wow, this is so much quieter than it used to be. Precision is here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Hey, call again. Our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
NBC4 News is now here for you at a time that works best for you. Starting at 3, investigations keeping your neighborhood safe, your family, your money, and the most accurate forecast 6 years running. The NBC4 News, weekdays starting at 3.
5:58 in Garden Grove, crowds came out for an all-day tribute to the king of rock and roll.
The Elvis Festival featured a classic car show, vendors, and of course, performances. Garden Grove puts on the event to support local businesses. Attendees say it is a great way to enjoy the community and celebrate a music legend. A highlight of the evening continues to be the Elvis Tribute Competition.
It just makes me want to do the karate Elvis pose.
Really? I thought you were going to say the twist.
Or that.
Or something.
Right.
I like that. The little shake it. The little crooked smile thing.
Mm-hmm.
He does that pretty well. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It's good stuff. All right, guys, there's only one more hour left.
Let's do it.
It's almost 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Here is what's happening today in LA.
Well, there are growing calls this morning for LA City Council President Nuri Martinez to resign following racist and disparaging comments in a leaked audio recording. We're live with this controversy that is rocking LA City Hall.
Also this morning, under attack, we are following a new escalation of violence in some of Ukraine's largest cities overnight. Russia bombards the region in retaliation for a weekend bridge attack.
And it's finally feeling like fall. The kiddos are going to need that jacket before heading off to school this morning. Meteorologist Belinda Leon is going to show us how long this cooler weather is going to stick around.
This is Today in LA at 6.
Good morning, everybody. It's a great morning, right? It's Monday, October 10th. I'm Adrian Arambulo. It's a very exciting day for us here on Today in LA because we have the new addition to our family, Lynette Romero. She is here. Welcome, welcome.
It's so good to be here. Yes. 10, my new lucky number, 10-10. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah.
And 4 on 4. Starting at 4.
See what you did there. Yeah.
4, 4, 4. My 3 4s. So those are also my lucky numbers. It's all good.
Yeah. So this is a huge, this is a huge day for us and for you, right? I mean, because you've been in this market working at another station, right, for decades, and now
That's
you're
right.
here with us. How are you feeling?
I feel good. You know, I was at KTLA for 24 years. Before that, I was in Denver for 10 years. Mm-hmm. So a little older than I might look. Thanks, Mom. I've got good skin for my mom. Thank you. But you know what? I think that when you've been somewhere for a really long time and you've kind of gotten your roots in there, right. It feels like home. So I came next door, and I'm here with you guys, and it feels like home. I mean, I've been watching, like you said, you guys have been watching me. I've been watching you.
Yes.
I've been watching you. Aww. I know exactly. I know all about you guys. I know all about your little cute little baby. I know about your kids. I know about your life. I know you're here now, and it's good to have you here. You came during COVID. Like, what a big deal for you to come during a pandemic. We're all learning about each other. So. It's a lot of fun, and everybody's learning about us.
Well, Belen, you brought it up earlier, right? We did our rehearsals last week, and it just felt so comfortable and so easy right from the start.
And that's it. We haven't even gone out yet.
We haven't done our happy hour. This is pure coffee here. We're having a really good
Believe
time.
it or not.
But it was so easy. When you came into the mix, it was like family, you know? It's like we knew you already, and it's just such an exciting chapter for us here at NBC and for our morning show today in LA, because as Robin mentioned earlier, it feels like we have that missing component.
Yeah.
Finally, we're complete, and we're having fun already. It's barely day one.
We've been partying since 4 a.m. We had an actual watch party on Instagram. If you missed it, too bad. We've been having a fantastic time. But yes, I did say it earlier, you know, it felt like there was a little bit of a void. We have a great family here at NBC LA, but now it feels right. It feels good. It feels like a family, like this is how it's supposed to be. And we've been vibing even off air, during training, during our photo shoot, and we're so happy to have you here. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Now you're stuck with us.
Stuck like glue, baby.
So we got a big morning ahead, right?
Yeah.
So we have like these getting to know you segments with you, Lynette, and then we have a rapid fire segment where we're going to ask you a bunch of questions as well.
Pew, 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 pew.
So stay tuned, everybody, for all the surprises. Yeah.
I'm ready.
All righty, guys. Well, let's get into it. You know, we've got some good vibes this morning. It feels like a Friday. It's barely a Monday. So hopefully you take some of that energy with you and start off your work week on the right foot. Now, we are seeing a deep marine layer out there and some low visibility in a few spots like Ontario, where visibility is down to 4 miles. Also, some foggy conditions over near the Inland Empire and around LA County. So careful with fog this morning and bring the sweater when you leave the house. Temperatures right now are cool. We've got some 50s up in the desert. So when you have the temperatures that get into the mid to low 60s and even 50s, that's where it's a little on the cool side. Big Bear right now, even colder there at 36 degrees. Now, I know this camera is really dark. Sunrise isn't going to happen until about 6:54. Right now, we have a deep marine layer that's covering all the city lights. Gradually, we're going to get to the sunshine. The temperatures this week are going to be more comfortable, but there's always a but. I am going to track a chance for a storm, so I'll be back to time that out for you. All right, let's talk about traffic. Let's see if there's any butts out there.
How about some humps? Like, what's a Monday morning without some humps in the road or some bumps in the road? We do have some problems to talk about. We're off to the 105, checking your drive through Linwood at Wilmington Avenue. There's an accident with injuries in your way. And look at your backup. It's already spilling to the 710, and that was quick. I know a lot of you use it to get to work. A lot of you use it to get over to the airport, so get out there early. The 105 is at 33 minutes and growing from the 605 heading over to LAX. The crash is still active and in your way, so that drive time is going to go up. The 210, nothing major going on. We're at 21 minutes from the 57 off to the 134. The 10, that's another freeway that's picking up, but no big problems right now. Just under 20 minutes and growing from the 5 to the 405. We have some other troubles to talk about, including an accident on the 5 in Commerce. So we'll check that out when I see you back here in a little bit. Back to you.
Robin, thank you for that. Developing this morning, a scandal at LA City Hall. 2 council members are caught on a recording making racist and offensive comments.
So they both have apologized, but for some that is not enough. There are numerous calls now for them to resign. NBC4's Annette Ariello is following this story live in Sun Valley at the home of Council President Nury Martinez. Good morning, Annette.
Hey there. Good morning to you, Adrian, Lynette. Hello, everybody. Well, this conversation was a private conversation that ended up being recorded. It happened sometime in October of last year. And in that recording, you can hear council members, both Kevin De Leon and Nury Martinez, making racist and disparaging remarks. They were referring to an MLK parade in which their fellow council member, Bonin, had attended with his young black son. Take a listen.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back. Yeah.
And in that recording, Martinez also described Bonin's son as using the Spanish word for monkey. Now, as soon as a taped conversation was leaked, protesters gathered outside her home demanding that she step down as council president. Martinez did release a written apology saying, quote, in a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. The context of this conversation was concern over the redistricting process and concern about the potential negative impact it might have on communities of color. My work speaks for itself. I've worked hard to lead this city through its most difficult time. Now, the LA Times did report that during that taped conversation, De Leon suggested Bonen's son is his accessory, comparing it to Martinez carrying a Louis Vuitton handbag. The scandal unfolding less than a month before Angelenos are set to elect a new mayor, and both candidates are weighing in. Congresswoman Karen Bass wrote in part, quote, "My heart goes out to that innocent child who was caught in the middle of all of this. All those in that room must be held accountable, and I've spent the day speaking with Black and Latino leaders about how to ensure that this does not divide our city." Meanwhile, businessman Rick Caruso said in part, "I can only imagine the pain this has caused Mike and his family. Everyone involved in this should be held accountable. I have now and will always have zero tolerance for hate speech, and this situation is beyond the pale." Now, Councilmember Mike Bonin reacted to the comments, calling them appalling and disgusting, and believes that City Council needs to remove Martinez as council president. We do want to point out that it is not clear if anyone else was present during that recording, who did the recording, and whether that taped conversation was edited in any way. Reporting live this morning from Sun Valley and at Arreola 4 Today in LA, Adrian Lynette will send it back to you.
All right, and that will continue to track this story. 6:07 right now. We have breaking news in Ukraine. At least 8 people are dead, and dozens more have been wounded after a wave of explosions in and around the capital city of Kyiv. Well, now the leaders of both Russia and Ukraine are threatening to further escalate this into an ongoing conflict. This morning's missile strikes were unleashed during rush hour in largely residential areas. It is a time of day that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia knew that it would maximize casualties. Ukrainian leaders are vowing to bring Russia to justice. In the meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin calls the missile strikes retaliation for what he called a terrorist attack against the only bridge linking Russia and the illegally annexed Crimean Peninsula. It was a strategic blow to Russia's invasion, but Ukrainian leaders have yet to claim responsibility. 6:08 right now. All right, roll up your sleeve and get your shot. That is the message this morning from doctors about our flu season.
That's right. Find out who should be asking for a special type of extra strength vaccine this year.
And also this morning, California's drought has unearthed a remarkable piece of World War II history, the mysterious discovery that's emerged from the depths of a now dry lake bed.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, guys, I am tracking a chance for some storms today, so I'll be back to time it for you in your first alert forecast. And if you're hitting the roads, we got some areas of fog out there, so please be safe on the drive. That and cooler temperatures on the way, all ahead in your first alert forecast. But right now, let's talk about the traffic. Hey, Robin.
Hey, it's going to be a slow drive in some spots. We have a crash that's still active in Commerce, causing some hefty delays on northbound 5. I'll have your details and your drive time coming up after the break.
6:09, everybody. You are watching Today in LA, and of course, we are thrilled to have Lynette Romero on our team. She is here. It is her first day. We're spending a lot of time getting to know you better and checking out your dance moves here.
Dance to the break.
Yeah. Are you going to booty bump me off the
I might booty bump you right off the set.
All right, so we're going to chat with you more when we come back.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Dimmers, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
You. Y-O.
You. 3 little letters to make a very small word that means so many things.
Because no you is ever one single thing.
You. If put at the start.
Starts to change everything.
To begin a sentence, begin
with
you. Kind of makes you wonder how big you
can become
when you
comes first.
You better move if you wanna go. Go ahead, yeah, on a roll. Turn up, yeah, listen to it. You better do it if you're gonna do it. Yeah, I never seen something like this, no.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson comes standard with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
With 42,000 Angelenos on the streets, homelessness is a humanitarian crisis. The LA Times says Rick Caruso's plan is bigger. Based on dignity, care, and common sense, Caruso will declare a state of emergency, add 30,000 beds in 300 days, build hundreds of thousands of affordable homes, expand mental health services, and add 500 new sanitation workers to clean our streets. Let's fix homelessness now. Rick Caruso for mayor.
Dimmer, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
6:11 right now. You may want to start thinking about getting that flu shot. There's a new warning about flu season and why doctors think it could be an especially bad year. As COVID-19 and mask-wearing restrictions ease, flu cases are actually spiking. CDC data shows cases are 13 times higher now compared with this same time last year. Everyone 6 months and older, pregnant women, seniors are urged to get the shot. And there's something new this year, a stronger type of vaccine.
High-dose shots are particularly recommended for those 65 and above. It's stronger in their body, and it gives that immune system response that can help fight off the flu. Seniors should ask for that specifically.
Well, doctors say it is perfectly safe to get the COVID-19 booster and the flu shot at the same time.
As the drought dries up lakes and rivers, there are all kinds of surprising discoveries being made. The latest is from Lake Shasta. The Forest Service found the remains of a World War II-era boat at the bottom of the lake. Now, they say there are markings that indicate it had been assigned to the USS Monrovia, a ship that once served as General Patton's headquarters. They have no idea how it ended up at the bottom of Lake Shasta, but it's going to a better place now. It's going to a museum in Nebraska.
That is amazing. It's pretty cool.
Just never know, right?
Yeah. All right, 6:13, just ahead, we're going to learn more about you, Lynette, right? Including the one food, from what I understand, you absolutely cannot stand. You detest it.
There's pretty much just
Can't
one.
take it.
Only one food.
Right.
I eat everything else. Just one.
All right, we're going to learn about that and much more when we come back. You are watching Today in LA. We'll be right back.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. This proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
Leanne Morgan, live October 29th. Get your tickets today.
Fixing garage doors is all I do here at Precision. It may look bad, but most garage doors can be repaired. Our main goal is to fix the garage door, not to tell you that you need a new garage door. Precision's here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Gettle. G-O-E-T-T-L. When your plumbing needs attention,
When your plumbing needs attention,
call Gettle.
call Gettle.
We'll open that clogged drain
We'll open that clogged drain
for just $80.
for just $80.
Gettle. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
Did you know Lynette lost more than 70 pounds in less than a year doing intermittent fasting? Check out these incredible before and after photos. And did you know the one food she despises is onions? She's even willing to get hypnotized to start liking them. Also, Lynette has such anxiety over cooking that she once bought parsley instead of cilantro. The teenage cashier had to correct her. Luckily, her husband's a great cook. Now you know.
Wow.
Oh, he is a great cook.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What's
and
his
he's a great barbecuer.
Barbecue?
I mean, he can do anything.
Yeah.
And he likes it. Like, that's his, like, you know, they talk about love language.
Yeah.
You know, like, if he makes you food and you eat it, like, that just makes him so happy. He just loves to, like, gives me anxiety. I break out into hives. I start itching. I sweat. It's just not pretty because it makes me nervous.
It's a great complimentary piece.
Yes, and he's watching right now. He woke up early. He said maybe not the other mornings, but today for sure.
He like put my bag in the car. He like, say goodbye. You've got everything you need. Be careful.
Very thoughtful.
And then he's like, I'm not going to do this every day, just so you know. It's like your first day of kindergarten, and after this, you're on your own.
Oh my God! And you have such a huge following also because of the intermittent fasting and all the weight that you lost, all the great advice that you give all of your followers.
You know, we talk about all the time that it's not like I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert. It's just something that a lot of people wanted to ask me about, and I thought, oh, well, I'll share what I did, what worked for me. I went to a doctor. We talked about what I was going to do. We talked about it every 3 months. I went back to the doctor. We checked everything. So I always tell people you have to do it under the advice of your doctor. But I've struggled my entire life. I've tried every single diet out there. You know, cabbage soup diet. Wait, what? I've tried every single diet that's out there. This is just what worked for me.
For someone else who may be struggling with the same thing, do you have any advice for them to prepare mentally for that weight loss journey?
I think for me, I kind of realized that I was kind of going about it all wrong. We don't need to eat as often as we think we do. You know, it's okay to give your body a break and let your body heal itself. And you know, it's okay to be hungry every once in a while. Like, you can be hungry and you're going to be okay. So that's kind of how it worked for me. And it's such a relief to not think about food nonstop.
I was curious. So what do you call this plan? Where you bring in chocolate chip cookies for us
for breakfast? I call that.
Thank you very much, by the way.
I call that breaking your intermittent fast the way you should normally do that. This is like a one, and that's the thing about fasting is you can change your window. You open and close your window, your feeding window, depending on what's happening in your life. That's why it works for me. So this is a special occasion.
It is.
So I opened my eating window early with chocolate chip cookies.
Look at these things.
For you guys.
Good.
And I don't feel deprived. So that's how it works for me. But again, I'm not a doctor.
Big as hubcaps?
Big as a hubcap.
Big as my head.
He says big as your face.
Cookies. But they're delicious, and they're warm too. That makes it even better.
They're really yummy. I didn't make them.
But you brought them in.
They were so good. I took days to make this for you guys.
My love language is you said to me, what's my favorite thing to make? And I was like, reservations. Reservations. I love to, make things happen for other people, but just not in the kitchen.
Oh, you're so amazing.
Thank you.
Today's the day we're supposed to and I hope we are, helping you feel special. But she brought treats for us. So.
And these tumblers with our picture on them. How cool is that? Look at this.
DIY. I printed out the pictures yesterday, and then I cut them, put them in. It's kind of cool. You unscrew this underneath, and then the pictures will come out. So,
but
if I'm ever not a part of the puzzle, you can take my picture out. If I ever make you guys really mad, you can cut my picture out.
Never.
We're keeping you.
Yes.
We're keeping you. Yes.
No. We
so
love
great
this.
to have you here, Amiga.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Okay, more from Lynette coming up. Right now, I got to get to your weather. It is a cloudy start. We got some gloomy skies, and you know what? At least the temperatures will be feeling more comfortable this week than what they were last week. So here's what I'm tracking. This week, it's feeling like fall. Now, there is a hiccup. I'm tracking a chance for storms in the mountains, the deserts, even the IE. And we're going to wake up to those clouds and that gloom each morning. Let me show you your hour-by-hour forecast in the valleys, where we're starting off with those clouds until about 9 a.m. After that point, sunshine starts to break out. The temperatures are cool, though. We've got 60s, so it's a refreshing start for those dog walks, those jogs, those bike rides. Temperatures around noon will be at 77 for the valleys. And here we are in the afternoon with highs in the 80s. Not bad at all compared to where we were last week in the 90s. We're definitely cooling things down, and you can feel the change of seasons. Let's take a look at your temperatures area by area. In the deserts is where we're going to have a chance for storms. Same goes for the mountains, where your numbers today are going to be in the 70s and 60s. In the deserts, 80s and 90s. In the Inland Empire, we also have a chance for some afternoon storms, mainly in the foothills, but keep an eye to the sky if you find yourself on those construction sites, and maybe get that work done as early as you can. You've got 80s in your forecast, so I'm not calling it a cool day, but cooler than last week. Prepare for the warm weather. Over in Orange County, 80s and 70s inland, 70s at the coast. Ventura County, we're going to see a mix of 70s and 80s for you, starting off with the clouds, gradually getting sunny. A warm day in the San Fernando Valley through Santa Clarita in the upper 80s. And here's your day in LA. We got 80s through the foothills and then cooling off as you head towards the coast. Now, we have that chance for rain today in Big Bear and also the deserts and the IE. About a 40% in the early afternoon hours. Gradually, we're going to get to the sunshine for everyone. And here we are at noon with those clouds building in the mountains. Chance for storms in the early afternoon hours in the deserts and out towards Hemet. And a reminder, guys, we have the potential of getting some brief downpours, some gusty winds, and also some lightning. So when thunder roars, go indoors. Tomorrow morning, we start off with the gray skies once again. Here's your 7-day forecast. The numbers feeling good this week. 70s and 80s along the coast. You have highs in the 70s. A big cool down from where we were last week, but it's still going to be warm in the valleys and IE where you have 80s and a chance for storms today and tomorrow in the Inland Empire. It gets even cooler for the weekend. High desert, you got some stormy weather the next 3 days. The low desert will have highs in the 90s. And finally in the mountains, that's where we got that sweater weather. 30s in the morning, 60s in the afternoon with a chance for storms every day until Wednesday. So don't wash that car just yet. Let Mother Nature take care of it. 6:21, here's the lady in red. Hey,
we'll
Robin.
take the free car wash. Yes, thank you. We're off to Linwood. We're checking your drive on the 105. It's already packed. We have a crash that's still active on the westbound side at Wilmington Avenue. We have injuries. We have all lanes blocked, at least temporarily, as they run traffic breaks to get this out of your way. So if you take the 105, it's solid from the 710. The backup continues to grow. We're already at 40 minutes right now for the drive because of that crash from the 605 to LAX. Where they're working on getting this off to the shoulder right now. But just know that your drive time is increasing. Over to Commerce, the northbound trip on the 5, it's all stacked up. It's recovering from a crash at the 710, which is out of the way. But the slow traffic is not out of your way. It's still there. We're at 30 minutes right now for North 5 to make it from the 605 off to the 134. And we're checking that trip on the 210. What a crowd rolling out of Glendora. It's recovering from an accident. So as soon as you hit the Glendora curve right after the 57, we're at 25 minutes and growing to make it over to the 134. Get out there early. We'll check for more slowdowns coming up. Back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. Just ahead, wait until you see the latest holiday twist on Dr. Seuss's The Grinch.
And also this morning, bring 'em on. The Dodgers now know who they're going to be facing in the National League Division Series, and we'll explain why the odds are stacked in their favor. You're watching Today in LA. We'll be right back.
It's the final blind auditions.
I used to be so shy. Now Blake begs me to shut up.
In this moment, I was thinking about...
And the broadcast premiere of the Coach performance that lit up the internet. The Voice, new tonight and tomorrow on NBC.
Ben's in 1981 in the body of a woman.
What do you say? Make it official?
TV's newest hit has 2 special guest stars.
What are you doing?
Saving your life.
This is gonna be a hell of a ride.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
Best friends are like stars. You can't always see them, but they're always around. I love stars. My dream is to visit one. If we learn how to read, we can go anywhere. Anywhere? Yeah, let's go. This'll be fun. Go ahead, I'm listening. The sky is full of stars. Nice reading. Yes. Osmo Reading Adventure. Learning well played.
Never let Scott Baugh make our laws. Baugh does not support abortion in any form. No exceptions for rape, even incest. Scott Baugh, another vote to ban abortion nationwide, including California. For Orange County's priorities, Katie Porter. Fed up with gas prices? Porter passed a bill to crack down on big oil's price gouging and a new law empowering Medicare to negotiate lower drug costs. Orange County priorities. That's Katie Porter.
I'm Katie Porter, and I approve this message.
6:25, the Dodgers now have a date for the National League Division Series. It's going to be one of their most familiar dance partners, those rival San Diego Padres. The Padres earned their spot against the top-seeded Dodgers by knocking off the New York Mets in the wild card round last night. But the Dodgers had a dominant regular season, and they have history on their side. They went 15-4 against San Diego this season, never even losing a series. Game 1 of the Division Series is tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium. All right, time now for Hollywood Buzz, and Dr. Seuss's The Grinch is getting this scary movie treatment.
There's a new horror film based on the beloved Christmas-hating character, and it is coming this holiday. The movie, called The Mean One, is a spoof on the slasher films. The story centers around a village that's terrorized by a murderous green creature who hates Christmas and wears a Santa suit. All right, I don't like any of this. The Mean One is set to be released on December 15th.
That's a scary looking Grinch right there. All right, 6:26 right now. At 6:30, calls are growing louder for LA City Council President to step down. Now, she has apologized, but critics say that is not enough after comments that she made months ago come to light.
Also this morning, the case against disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein takes center stage in LA. We are live to show what's happening in a downtown courtroom in a couple of hours. You are watching Today in LA.
Dimmers, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
As a mom raising a teenager, I'm already concerned about my kid on the internet. And now Prop 27 would turn every cell phone into a gambling device. That would open up online gambling to anyone, anywhere, anytime, exposing millions of kids to online sports gambling, leading to more addiction and underage gambling. Prop 27 is a massive expansion of online gambling that would enrich out-of-state corporations at the expense of California kids and families. Please join moms across California. No on 27.
I'm Karen. I'm living with HIV. And I'm on Cabenuva.
For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider.
I really like the flexibility. And for me, it's one less thing to think about while traveling.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments. Ready to treat your HIV in a different way? Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva. With every other month Cabenuva,
I'm good to go.
Another dishonest Sacramento politician. I'm not going to go and raise taxes. That was a big lie. Christy Smith backed the biggest property tax hike in California history, and Smith refused to stop a gas tax increase. The same Christy Smith who voted to lay off teachers and slash their salaries, Smith even raised her own pay. We pay more, she makes more. Dishonest and destructive. That's Sacramento politician Christy Smith. NRCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
You better move if you wanna go. Go ahead, yeah, on a roll. Turn up, yeah, listen to it. You better do it if you're gonna do it. Yeah, I never seen something like this, no.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson comes standard with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Dimmers, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
Today in LA at 6:30 starts now.
Good Good morning. Looking live this morning at downtown LA. As Blaine's been saying, you're going to need that jacket before leaving home. We are seeing low clouds, fog, as well as cooler temperatures out there right now, but things are going to clear up in just a little while. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good morning to you. You may be waking up to cloudy skies, but it's a bright morning here on Today in LA because we are so excited to welcome you, Lynette Romero, to our Today in LA team.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it feels
great.
right. It feels good. I'm super happy to be here.
Yes, you're our sunshine on a cloudy day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know, it's funny, the anticipation, like I just wanted it to happen. And now that it's happening, I don't want it to end. So this is good. So I'm going to come back tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes.
And the next day, the next day?
We're keeping you.
Yeah.
You're not going
You're not going to take my picture out. You're not going to cut me out of the tumbler.
No. Thank you for
As
bringing
long
us
as you
these
keep bringing
tumblers.
iced coffee and cookies.
Did you get a little? You need a little more sugar in yours.
I need a little more sugar, and I'm not a huge fan, but I tried it for you, and I do like it. It's delicious, and I love the cookies. My goodness.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Then I'll drink your iced coffee, and you can have, and I'll share my cookies with you.
That sounds like a plan. That's a deal.
But we've been talking about it. I mean, we feel so lucky to have you. For years, we've been watching your work from afar, and we were fans of your work. You're so skilled, so experienced, so versatile and in terms of your skill set as a journalist, but also I think that the being genuine and authentic and comfortable in your own skin and your warmth, it kind of gets right through the camera and through the television screen. And to be here next to you, you can definitely feel it in person. So we said this is the start of something special and new, and we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. My husband and I were talking this morning, and I said, you know, the truth is, because I was nervous. It's nervous. Nervous energy and nerve-wracking to think that so many people are watching and depending on you. And I said, you know, I don't want to let anyone down. I don't want to let you guys down. You want to do a good job. And I said to him, you know, I feel like I can only do it one way. The only way I know how to do it is the way I've always done it. So I just hope that it works.
That's it.
And it's working.
You just got to be yourself.
You guys are doing the same thing. We're all doing it together.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how that works.
You just got to be yourself, and it's no wonder that you have so many people that follow you, that have followed your journey, because you have that characteristic about yourself. You're just so warm, inviting, and you're like part of the family. And I know it's only day one, but I mean, this feels good, guys.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll come in really grumpy. I'm going to sit here like this. I'm going to be grumpy. I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm not going to bring cookies.
I've already gotten that role.
No.
Yeah, that's mine.
You gotta take that. You're the grouch.
Supposedly.
All right, no grouchiness this morning. We're in a good mood. Hi, everyone, and hopefully you take this energy with you as you start off your work week. Let's get to the weather because it is feeling like fall out there, kind of spooky. October vibes. We've got some fog through the San Gabriel Valley and parts of the Inland Empire with a very deep marine layer, but gradually we're going to get to the sunshine. But please be safe as you get behind the wheel. Give yourself some space from that car in front of you to allow for any sudden stops. Here's a spooky view right now over downtown LA. There she is, the City of Angels, and we have some foggy conditions, low clouds that are kind of obscuring the top of the buildings. Bring the sweater when you leave the house, or maybe you have to take out the trash. We've got 60s for you. A nice morning for those walks. Maybe you want to take a hike. I mean, in the good meaning of the word. It's a perfect morning for that if you want to lace up your boots. This afternoon, we'll get to the sunshine and the temperatures will be more comfortable. Now, I am tracking a chance for some storms. That's the one hiccup in our forecast, so I'll be back to talk about that. It is 6:33 on a Monday morning. Let's check on the drive. Here's our friend Robin.
Oh, trying to get through the crowd. We have some slowdowns to talk about, including a crash in your way as you make your way along the 105 trying to get to the airport this morning. We have CHP dealing with an injury accident in Linwood. This is West 105 at Wilmington Avenue. They are running traffic breaks, temporarily holding everyone back to move this activity off to the shoulder. So it's adding to your backup beyond the 710. So just keep that in mind. If you take the 105 in the westbound direction, we're almost at 40 minutes for the drive time from the 605 heading to LAX. That can make you late. We're off to the 5. That's a good drive. It's only 33 minutes from Valencia to the 10. The 14 started stacking up about an hour ago. Some folks have a long commute coming out of Palmdale, so they leave early, and that's exactly what you should do. We're at 41 minutes right now to make it off to the Newhall Pass. And then the 405, earlier it was wide open. Now we have some crowding out there. 41 minutes and growing out of Mission Hills from the 118 to the 105. We'll check for more trouble spots coming up in a bit. Back to you.
There are calls for some LA City Council members to resign after making racist and offensive comments.
So a recording with those comments was leaked over the weekend, and outrage has been swift, it has been severe, and people are demanding accountability. We saw this group of protesters showing up at the home of Councilmember Nury Martinez last night. They want her to resign over the explosive recording. Martinez and Councilmember Kevin De Leon are heard making racist and disparaging remarks about fellow Councilmember Mike Bonin and his young son, who is black. The comments made during a private meeting last year referred to an MLK parade in which Bonin participated with his son.
It's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved.
Martinez is also heard describing the toddler as a little monkey. De Leon is heard suggesting that Bonin's son is an accessory, comparing him to a Louis Vuitton handbag. It's not clear who recorded the conversation or if it has been edited. Both Martinez and De Leon have apologized, but Councilmember Bonin says that is not enough. In a statement, he and his partner say they are appalled, angry, and absolutely disgusted by the comments.
Today, disgraced Hollywood movie mogul Harvey Weinstein heads to court here in L.A. facing his second trial for rape. Now, it comes 2 years after he was convicted of similar crimes in New York City. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in downtown L.A. with more on today's court proceedings. Lauren, good morning.
Lynette, good morning. Jury selection is expected to begin at 9:30 this morning in the courthouse. It's expected to last until about 4:15 tonight, and this is the start of an 8-week trial here in downtown. Former film producer Harvey Weinstein is facing his second trial. Already 2 years into his 23-year sentence for rape, Weinstein was granted an appeal in New York in August. Now, the man at the center of the Me Too movement is charged with 4 counts of rape and 7 other sexual assault counts here in L.A. Several women are expected to share their stories in court. One woman who accused Weinstein of sexual assault in the 90s weighed in on the trial ahead. She is not involved in this L.A. trial.
It's very personal, you know, in terms of what happened to me and other women, and I think about them in those hotel rooms, and I want justice for them.
District Attorney George Gascon shared this statement with NBC News, reading in part, "I want to assure every victim in Los Angeles that holding sexual assailants accountable, no matter their power, wealth, or status, is a priority in my office." Weinstein has always maintained his innocence, pleading not guilty in New York and here in L.A. Reporting in downtown, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in L.A.
All right, Lauren, thank you. 6:37 right now. You can bet this morning there are a lot of happy people who are nursing sore muscles after thousands of runners laced up their sneakers and they hit the pavement for the Long Beach Marathon. Well, the marathon and half marathon back in full swing yesterday for the first time since the start of the pandemic. About 20% of these participants were taking part in their first race. The winner of the marathon, Raymond Ornelas, finished in 2 hours and 31 minutes. How do you run 26 miles in 2 hours? I don't get it. He, by the way, is an alum of Cal State Long Beach.
Aww.
Yeah.
He's a local.
Yes. So as you know, this is our first day together on air. So we are so excited and grateful for everyone who woke up early to watch your big debut here.
It's been really fun. And we have a lot of people. I was just going through social media. So many people are watching. They've got their pajamas on, their coffee, getting the kids ready for school. We talked about our watch party.
Yes.
There were several of them going on, but one of the big ones was our friend Jim Lanahan, who is now a big-time fan of all of us here, especially you guys, now that he's getting to know you. He had a watch party on Instagram. He invited everybody. His followers are buzzing about my new family here. Take a listen.
Everybody is mildly obsessed with Robin doing the traffic, the way she stands there looking fierce. Better.
I love that.
You had better do traffic like that. Miss Bellin, everybody thinks you are absolutely adorable and super fun. And indeed, surprise, surprise, my followers think Mr. Adrian is so dreamy. Yes.
Oh, boy.
So dreamy.
He's blushing.
Okay.
That was fun to have so many people watching at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We're talking about hundreds of people. That's pretty awesome.
There
That
were
just
like
goes to show how much
500
love
people
folks have for-
watching.
Yes.
It was really fun. And for us to be able to join in, we did that during a commercial. We decided to join in, so you know how you can invite people into your Instagram Live. So we're going to have to do an Instagram Live one of these days after the show. We love doing that. And then all the things that we can't talk about right here, we'll talk about on our Instagram Live. And it's really fun.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to, right? So you're talking about Instagram. We're also getting a lot of feedback on Twitter as well. Yeah. Lynette, you mentioned this tweet in the last hour. It's from Chris Bowman. And he wrote, got up super early today to see Lynette Romero make her debut on NBC. Now I don't want to go to work till 7 when she's off air.
Later, he said that his boss is a fan, too, so he thinks he's going to be okay.
He can show up late. So throughout this whole process of you making that transition over here to NBC, you've received so much support and love from so many people. Yeah. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. And I don't know why people felt so connected or invested or passionate about it. Somebody said, we didn't know people were so passionate about local news. Maybe it's just they just feel connected somehow, or they can relate. Yeah. We all go through different things in our lives that we relate to, and maybe you're going through a change in your job or your career. You take a jump, you take a risk. My first news director, the first news director who ever believed in me, Butch Montoya in Denver, and I still have the little card. He sent me flowers when I came here. Aww. And on the little card that they send you with the flowers, it said, you never know if you have to jump to know if you can fly. And it's true. Sometimes you just have to take that jump. You have to leap, and then all of a sudden you take off. And I was pretty happy. I was pretty comfortable for 24 years somewhere. Yeah. And who would have thought that I could land here and feel so good? But I do.
Well, we can see why everyone out there loves you. So we're so happy that you're a part of our team now. And it's just since you got here, it's just been this very easy connection where you feel like family, where you already felt like you were part of the team.
Can I speak on behalf of the people who
of the
follow
people.
you? Right?
Can I speak on behalf of the people?
It's because you care. We can feel that you care when you're reporting, when you're anchoring. You know what I mean? So we care about you because we know that you care about us and our community and our stories. So I think that's why people are so connected to you.
Yeah, and you're authentic. You share your life. You talk about your mom and your family and your husband. So you're not just a news anchor. You're not a robot, but you're connecting with people, and they see themselves in you. People are saying, I'll follow you wherever you go. Like, do you know what that means? That means a lot. Wherever you go,
wherever he may go.
Yeah, so we're happy to have you. Yay. We feel complete now. We're complete. Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to have some more fun with you, Lynette, coming up. In fact, we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions.
We've
all had our turn so far. We've learned a lot about you, and we're going to learn a whole lot more, too.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
All right?
Okay. Don't get comfortable, though. I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm ready for the rapid fire. Also, I'm going to put you guys into the hot seat a little bit.
I don't think so.
This seat is hot enough for all of us.
That's not how this works.
I got to ask you guys, we're all getting to know each other.
Yeah, we are.
Boy.
Right?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Can't wait. All right, 6:43 right now. Also this morning, an important day to honor Native American history and culture. We have details on all the events surrounding Indigenous Peoples Day in L.A. You're watching Today in L.A. We'll be right back.
This morning, it's a can't-miss morning on Today. Julia Roberts and George Clooney on their rom-com reunion. Jamie Lee Curtis gets us Halloween ready. And we go inside the game with Baltimore Ravens great Justin Tucker. This morning on Today.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. And this proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
You've probably heard of Scientology.
Why is it a religion? What's it mean?
Well, whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you, we are not what you expect. So take a look, and then decide for yourself.
Prop 26 is sponsored by 5 wealthy tribal casinos that made big profits staying open during COVID, while their card club competition had to close. Now they want to expand their monopoly on gambling to include sports betting and put their competition out of business. Prop 26 would change state law, allowing wealthy tribal casinos to bankrupt their competition with frivolous lawsuits. Vote no on Prop 26.
It was my son Jaden's 5th birthday, and he wanted Chick-fil-A.
My husband was a Marine, her husband's a Marine. Her husband had been gone for almost 6 months at that time, and I just knew that we had to do something extra special for him.
When I get to the door, actually, I was very surprised.
We brought the cow out and delivered to them.
Do you know who that is? Jaden was really excited about it.
I wanted to be the extra family for them that night.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
All across the country, healthcare clinics that provide abortions are being shut down by extreme Republican politicians. In state after state, fundamental freedoms are vanishing. Women are under attack. But this November, we say not here. Prop 1 will enshrine reproductive rights in the California Constitution. So clinics remain open, abortion remains legal, and California remains a freedom state forever. Yes on Prop 1.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
The race for LA's next mayor. If you're undecided, this could be the final debate before Election Day. Scan this QR code to submit your question now. The Los Angeles mayoral debate, live on NBC4 and Telemundo 52, tomorrow at 7 p.m.
646, got some good news for you this morning. Gas prices did drop again, the 5th day in a row that we're seeing lower prices. Now the drops are small this morning, it's a penny or less depending on the area. Now Governor Newsom says he's going to call a special legislative session to address these high prices. He wants to tax oil companies on their profits. Gas prices, as you might remember, hit their record highs last week, and we're paying about $2.50 more than the national average.
Today is Indigenous Peoples Day in the city of LA. It's been 5 years since the city council voted to replace Columbus Day with this. There will be celebrations this afternoon at Grand Park in downtown Los Angeles. It will feature Indigenous performances, blessings, and food. And then later tonight, City Hall will be lit up in turquoise, which represents prestige and power in Native culture.
All right, 647 right now. Okay, putting you back on the hot seat. You ready?
Ready.
All right, here comes some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
All right, the first one we have for what is your hidden talent? And earlier we learned that you're able to do like some really good Halloween makeup, but besides that, what would you say your hidden talent or secret special skill is?
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't have very many hidden talents.
No dance moves at a party.
Can you do the moonwalk?
I played the saxophone. I can play the saxophone.
Really?
It's been a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's very, very hidden.
I don't even know if I can find it. It's hidden so well. But I did play the alto saxophone because my mom always loved the alto saxophone. And I really wanted to play the flute or like the piccolo, something small and easy, like you could put in your pocket.
Right.
The saxophone is so big and you have to carry it. And I was like, oh, I used to get so mad. I would like, so this is in Colorado, there'd be like snow and ice and I'd be walking to school and I'd put my saxophone case on the ground and I'd kick it and it would slide down the sidewalk because I hated playing it.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, love-hate relationship.
Maybe you can play
sure.
one day for us.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
Would be, I could play hot cross buns probably. That's it.
Good.
Hot
That's
cross
good.
buns. Yeah.
All right, your happy place in Southern California and beyond. Where do you go? Where do you feel at peace? You feel joy? You feel happy? When you go where?
I would say just at home with my family, with David and Olivia and the dogs. You know, Lulu and Benny, just safe and secure with them. And so she's in college now. So she's in San Diego, and so my happy place now is on FaceTime when she picks up the phone and answers my FaceTime call. No, she's doing great, but just family.
Yeah.
With them, yeah.
All right, karaoke song.
We've been doing a lot of karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Again.
You had to pick one.
On Top of the World, Karen Carpenter. I'm on top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find. So Olivia and I used to sing this all the time, and she actually won like a little trophy on a cruise, and she was little, and so we went out to do it during karaoke night, and we're both doing it, and we like started doing it, and then all of a sudden she's like, she did the bump for me. She's like, and she like wanted to do it. She wanted me off the stage. She was so little, she kicked me off the stage, and then she won the little award.
That's cute. That's really cute.
And the last one I had to look it up because I forgot it. Guilty pleasure.
Tequila.
We're going to get along just fine.
That's a party. Okay. We need to take the tequila and go do some karaoke. That's what
Oh my gosh, this is like truth serum here. Seriously, I didn't even try to lie. Okay, guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, I would say loaded baked potatoes. Yes, with a little bit of everything, or sometimes twice baked potatoes.
Ooh.
Yeah, anything involving potatoes or French fries.
Me too. Me too. Guilty pleasure.
Tequila.
Tequila.
And sweets. Once I get around, that's why I don't keep them in the house, because once we get around them, it's a madhouse.
Oh, for me, I'm super bad. Junk food. Flaming hot chips. I love flaming hot Cheetos.
Do you really?
I do, yeah. But I'll have him like once every 2 weeks because that's how bad it gets, and then I get a big old bag. So.
Oh, that reminds me, I do have something for you, right? Because I've been paying attention.
Surprises.
Let me see where I can find it.
Speaking
of guilty pleasures.
Oh, he got me almond joy.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. This is good. You know, when I was,
attention.
you have been paying attention, and it is like prom because there was a boy that wanted to ask me to prom, and he did it with almond joys. He brought me a huge bag of almond joys. I'm gonna show you.
Thank you. And thank you.
Sharing and caring.
This is the start of a beautiful relationship.
Thank you. Almond joys are really, and this is another good way to break your fast because there's protein in it because there's an almond. An almond has protein.
Single almond. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We're on a roll this morning. Iced coffee, chocolate chip cookies, almond joy.
All sugared up, all caffeined up. All righty, guys. Well, let's take a look at your weather for today and help you get started. We've got a great forecast out there. It is nice. It is cool. For the kids headed to school this morning, maybe they're up right now having their cereal. Well, here's a look at the weather in Downey. As the kids are headed off to school, the temperatures are going to be at 65 degrees, and we're going to have some cloudy skies around lunch, 78. And by the time the kids are heading home, the numbers are going to be in the 80s. So we don't have the 90s that we had last week. It's going to be a cooler week. And this morning, you need to grab the sweater. We've got 60s and 50s. As we go through your day hour by hour, for the LA Basin, we're going to hang on to the cloud cover until about 10 a.m. with temperatures nice and cool and fresh in the 60s. By lunchtime, we've got that sunshine, 72 degrees. And in the early afternoon hours, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s with rays for days. Now, there is a chance for some storms. I'll talk about that in just a second. First of all, I want to take a look at the numbers for today. I'm not going to call it a cool day, but it is cooler than where it was last week. We're still going to have some toasty conditions in Lancaster, 91, and 80s in the valleys and IE. So stay hydrated, put on that sunscreen. We'll have 70s around the city, 80s in Orange County, and 70s right along the coast. Air quality doing good, although when you look off towards the mountains, because we have moderate air quality, it's going to look a little hazy. So it's going to be tough to see the mountain range, and it will be unhealthy for sensitive groups in the Riverside and Lake Elsinore area. So take care of your lungs if you do have respiratory issues. Here's your forecast, starting off with the cloudy skies. By 10 a.m., we've got the sunshine inland, but still clouds lingering right along the coast and for the city. Now, in the early afternoon hours is when the storms are going to start firing up. You'll see the clouds building over the mountain range and a potential for those storms in the deserts as well. And these storms could contain some heavy downpours, some lightning, so when thunder roars go indoors, and also some gusty winds. This evening, still a potential for that wet weather in the mountains through the San Fernando Valley and right along the coast. Now, at least the temperatures are staying in check. The rest of the week, highs in the 70s, feeling more like October. The coast will have 70s. The weekend gets even cooler. I know it's only Monday, but let's look ahead to the weekend. It's going to be cooler. 80s for the valleys. It stays right there. The Inland Empire has a chance for storms today and tomorrow. In the deserts, you've got 90s today. Chance for storms the next 3 days. The low desert stays dry but toasty in the 90s. And keep an eye to the sky in the mountains. That's where you have a chance for storms with highs in the 60s. 6:54. Did you finish that almond joy, Robin?
Oh, my goodness. I'm on such a sugar high. Between the coffee, the cookie, and the candy, I am bouncing off the walls right now, trying to focus on the morning drive. And it's definitely busy into and out of South LA. We're checking the 110. This is a Caltrans camera over at Manchester. Your southbound headlights, they are actually the opposite of the commute direction. Normally, we have some heavier traffic going north, but it's busy on both sides. Get on out there if you have to use the 110. We're going to time it out. It's not bad. It is under 25 minutes from the 405 to the 101. That's considered, normal for this time of morning. The 101 under 30 minutes from the 5 to the 134, and the 10 from the 5 to the 405, 34 minutes. I'm not tracking traffic alerts, but we've had our share of problems. We had one on the 105, and look at that drive time, an hour now because of the earlier crash from the 605 to LAX. Today in LA returns after the break. Stay with us.
Dimmers, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
Tonight, Karen Bass is on the defense following allegations of corruption.
The scholarship is critical to prosecutors' bribery case.
Federal prosecutors say Bass took a $95,000 scholarship from the same corrupt USC dean who pled guilty to bribing Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas. After receiving the gift, federal prosecutors say Bass sponsored the dean's priority legislation that would drive millions of taxpayer dollars to USC. Karen Bass, more of the same corruption at City Hall.
It's real news with Kevin Tote.
Spectrum is heating up the nation with Spectrum One, the perfect combination of super fast internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile.
Spectrum is offering seamless connectivity at an incredible price.
Get Spectrum One with 300 megabit internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of unlimited mobile for just $49.99 a month. Call 1-866-937-0641.
Check out our real news exclusive at the Spectrum One Lab.
Is Spectrum internet really fast?
Indeed. Just look. With speeds up to a gig and over 99.9% network reliability.
I never knew.
But is the Wi-Fi secure?
The advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy that protects your devices from online threats.
So how reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's the most reliable service coast to coast. Plus, you get unlimited talk and text with nationwide 5G included.
You serious?
Get Spectrum One with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile for just $49.99 a month. Call 1-866-937-0641 or visit a Spectrum store today.
This is Cap. And I'm Tony. Get Spectrum One now.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
Not going fast enough. Just done with that.
I'm Jay Chen, and I approve this message.
It's an outright attack on our most basic freedom, and Michelle Steele urged the Supreme Court to do it, to overturn Roe v. Wade, paving the way for her fellow extremists to pass a national abortion ban. Steele sponsored a bill that would make it illegal for a woman to have an abortion, even if she was raped. Steele would take away a woman's choice, no matter the consequences. Michelle Steele doesn't trust us to make our own decisions, so why would we trust her in Congress?
Dimmers, switches, landscape lighting, breaker panels, fans, surge protection, smoke detection. Call a Powell van.
Call Powell Electric for our $80 School is Back in Session special.
Call Powell Electric. We'll fix it in a flash.
6:58 right now. Check of our top stories this morning. At least 8 people have been killed and dozens more were wounded in a wave of early morning missile attacks in Ukraine. Russian President Putin called the strikes retaliation for a weekend explosion on a key bridge that links Russia to the illegally annexed Crimean Peninsula.
And former Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke has one more thing to add to his resume: Nobel Prize winner. He joined 2 other economists to win the Nobel Prize in economics. This morning, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences is recognizing their work from the early 80s. The institute says their research significantly improved our understanding of the role of banks in the economy.
All right, let's get a check of traffic and weather, starting off with Belen.
Yeah, good morning for the cup of coffee, the pan dulce. Here is the view from downtown LA. It is foggy out there, everyone. Please be safe as you get behind the wheel. Gradually, we are going to get to the sunshine. The temperatures are much cooler than last week. It's finally feeling like fall. But do keep an eye to the sky this afternoon in the Inland Empire, the deserts and mountains. That's where we have a chance for storms. And again, download the NBC LA app to stay on top of all of it. Robin?
Get out there early because the commute is picking up. Take a look at the drive times here. The 91 West only getting heavier. We are just under 50 minutes for the roll out of Riverside for the 215 to the 5, and your drive through the OC on the 405, 25 minutes and growing from Westminster down to Irvine.
Day one done.
You did it.
It was good.
Congratulations.
It was good. Yay, yay, yay. The news does not stop here. The Today Show is coming up next.
And stick around and join us on NBC LA News for Peacock here. We're going to have an after the show chat here. So we're going to talk about your big day, your first day here. You crushed it, Lynette. Feeling good.
We're ready.
Can we do it again tomorrow?
I'm going to be here.
Every day.
You can't keep me away.
Oh, so much fun. All right, live news, weather, and traffic updates continue here all morning long. And don't forget, you can join us over on Peacock. Have a great Monday and a great week, and we'll see you soon.
You do a little bump. Booty bump, booty bump.